U3 Sports Talk, unfiltered, unscripted, and unapologetic. It is Monday, which, as you all know, is Any Given Monday, and I am Sean, and of course, always pleased to be welcomed by the brother J Mac. J Mac, what's going on?
What's happening, bro? What's going on?
Hey man, listen, man, we're coming on live with some breaking news, but before we even get into that, man, we gotta definitely just thank everybody who's watching, and of course, if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, click, and subscribe to U3 Sports Talk, because when we go live, we want you live with us. And as you all know, if you've been with us before, this is Any Given Monday, and with Any Given Monday, you never know what's going to happen. And again, before we go live, we get some breaking news. Live. So if you haven't heard already, the breaking news is Dak Prescott, Cowboys quarterback and company man, got a brand new deal.
Company man.
Yeah, Dak got a brand new deal. So
Sound about right.
Yeah, we're not gonna waste a whole lot of time. Chopping up. We're gonna drop the link. We're gonna drop the link in the chat. Of course, if you want to come in and chop it up with us, please click the link as well. But yeah, definitely want to chop it up on Dak's new deal. We can talk about the terms. We can talk about what it means for the Cowboys going forward. But yeah, definitely got to talk about some of this breaking news with Dak's new deal. So again, if you want to come in the live panel, live chat, please hit the link. Definitely want y'all in with us. Don't know how long we're going to be on tonight. We were on kind of late last night after the game, so I'm not sure how long we're going to be on tonight. But regardless, we definitely got some things to talk about. So if you haven't heard already, Dak's new deal is a 4-year, $160 million deal with $126 million guaranteed, $75 million due in the first year. So Dak got paid, basically. And yeah, so definitely want to hear your thoughts on that. Yeah, definitely want to hear your thoughts on that. So, J Mac, what you think, man?
I mean, he got his money, man. I mean, long time coming, I guess. He could have got this deal. They could have made this deal years ago. Saved everybody some headache and heartache. Just to go 8-8, and just to go 8-8 again. So, it just would have been with another quarterback if he didn't get his money. So, it helps him. I'm actually glad he got paid because he deserved to get paid.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of quarterbacks have gotten their money undeservedly as much as Dak has. So, guys haven't gotten as far as he has in this division have gotten paid. Well, not his division per se, but as in relevance to other players on in other divisions, they got their money. Why not Dak?
Yeah, definitely cannot be mad with that. Lee, welcome in, man. Salute. Good evening to you.
Hey, salute to you, Sean and J Mac. Now, J Mac, I got your Carlos Boozer jersey about to be sent to you.
Make sure he signs it.
Oh yeah, it's autographed. I made sure. And
did he sign the back too?
He signed the front, the back. Gave his basketball cards. I got his basketball cards sent to you, and his Beijing is also going to be sent to you as well. And then Sean, I got I got your Joe Budden CD and mixtapes ready for you to go along with your Tom Brady jersey.
Yeah, well, listen, I appreciate it. I need some new coasters, so I appreciate the CDs. Yeah.
Hey, Lee, did the Beijing come with instructions?
No, it did not.
How to achieve that?
Surprisingly, it did not.
Well, that would explain why he looked like Jermaine Jackson on the basketball court. Yeah, yeah.
And and in regards to Cisco, Cisco, I got you I got you a Rich Gannon jersey from Oakland. So whatever you do, please don't use it to wash your car or to wash your toilet or to wash anything with it.
Yes.
I was half expecting a Drunken Miller jersey, but thank you though. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm glad that Dak got paid. I literally just saw the news when I was on the phone earlier. So Sean, it looks like him being a company man paid off.
Clearly.
It looks like it paid off. What is it? I think he got a record deal for the most guarantees per season.
Yeah, he got $126 million guaranteed in the 4-year deal, and he's getting $75 million in the first season of the deal. So yeah.
Hey, and so many people were upset saying he didn't deserve it. So look, part of getting a second contract and getting a contract, based upon the market, a little bit of it is due to whether or not you deserve it based off your skills. But a lot of it, to me, please correct me if I'm wrong, it's who's next.
Yeah, I mean, that's how the NFL kind of works. I mean, and if you're the Cowboys, I think you're glad you got the deal done before, Lamar gets his extension, definitely before, Baker and Josh Allen get their extensions, so yeah, I think it would be obviously was a smart move for the Cowboys. Now, again, they spent so much of their cap on the offensive side of the ball that their defense is probably going to be ranked 34th in a 32-team league. So, yeah.
Hey, Lamar Jackson is rubbing his hands like Birdman right now.
Oh yeah, he is. He's about to get the bag. Yeah, and he's got an MVP, and they like him.
And bounced out of playoffs twice. Absolutely. During the MVP season, he got bust or jumped out of the playoffs and during his MVP season.
Well, I mean, it happens, but he's still getting the bag. So
he is, and I saw Jimmy G fail in the Super Bowl, and I know he's going to say, "Well, at least he got to the Super Bowl." Well, he wasn't good enough to win it.
Well, all I know is that Cleveland hasn't sniffed one in like 50 years, so I don't have to worry about anything Lee says. So, I mean, we can bring it back. Come on, let's bring it back.
Hey, look, you've never heard me brag about the Cleveland Browns. You heard me say I was a supporter. So that's the one thing I can say to my argument. I don't brag about the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
I've never bragged about the Browns. So
you brag about the Steelers?
No.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd rather. I was gonna say I'd rather get ran over by a truck than support the Steelers. I won't go that far. I value my life by the grace of God. But I'll say this: I would rather the Dallas Cowboys win the next 9 Super Bowls. I'd rather have the Tom Brady win the next 3 Super Bowls, and then the Cowboys win the next 9 Super Bowls on top of that, than to see the Pittsburgh Steelers win any day of the week. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, you should feel that way about a divisional opponent, of course, because they're a divisional opponent. I mean, so I mean,
Now you're supposed to feel like that anyway.
Well, I'm just saying it's because when it comes to the worst
Cowboys,
when it comes to the worst fan base in sports, well, forget sports. How about the NFL? It's no particular order, but the Steelers are up there. They're top 3 when it comes to just the worst fan base in football. Oh, they're top 3. If they're not number 1, they're not number 2. They're number 3 on their best day, quote unquote. To me, it's the Steelers, the Cowboys, and I was going to say the Patriots, but now I'm just going to say wherever Tom Brady goes, and honorable mention will be the Chiefs.
I thought honorable mention will be the Baltimore Ravens.
No, well,
because they've been. Hey, so look, they had some good drafts. They've had the number one defense, number one running game. They had an MVP. Blah 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 blah. And they just think they're the shit, bro. I can't do it.
No, what's so funny? I actually have a few friends who are supporters of the Ravens, and they're actually, for the most part, they're actually pretty good. But the Steelers, oh my gosh, man, they're horrible. Man, they're horrible. They were even talking a lot of loud noise after the Browns beat them in the playoffs. It's like, well, this is your first playoff win since the 90s. You just got the brakes beat off you. Have a seat. Sit this one out, please. Like, they are horrible, Cisco. Horrible. With a capital H. They're horrible.
Next year, too.
What
you think about that?
Well, I mean, listen. I mean, the Cowboys got a discount for 4 years with that, right?
Thank you.
Because he was a low, obviously a mid-round pick, in this draft and everything. So, I'm glad he got the bag. I hope that he, stops being so much of a company man, and since now he got the bag and they gotta hold on to him. But that's just me. But no, in all seriousness, I mean, listen, I'm always glad when these guys get their money. Day. So, shout out to him. I think he earned it. I think he's. I'm coming to you, Cisco, in 1 second. I think he's obviously earned it. But again, if I'm the Cowboys, my guess is now that he's gotten paid, this is Zeke Elliott's last year for Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, you know what? I want to say something on that. Now, if two things. One, Shannon Sharp's been trying to tell Skip Bayless about this very moment for about 2 years. And I'm pretty much done with mainstream media, but I like Shannon Sharp, so I'm going to watch him, rub it in Skip Bayless's face tomorrow. That's number one. Right. Number two, when it comes to Zeke, if he has a very good year, let's say he rushes for, I'm just throwing a hypothetical, not that he can't do it, but let's say he rushes for anywhere between 15 and 1,700 yards, I think they'll keep him. But unless he has a spectacular year. If it's anything short of spectacular, he's gone next year. I agree with you, Sean. Anything short of spectacular, he's gone after next season.
Yeah. Where are you going, Cisco?
Well, I know. I just want to make a comment on what you said about him not being or being less of a company man. But if I just got paid $160 million or $126 million for being company man, I'm like, hey, where's my suit and tie? I'm gonna be a company man for the rest of my time there, bro. No worries. Easy work. Easy work.
Yeah. And when I say company man, listen, I don't mind him repping for the franchise. That's not what I mean. I mean something a little harsher that I don't want to say because my mother may be watching.
Sean, Sean, just say that magical C word. It's okay.
No.
We know it rhymes with raccoon. Just take off the R and A. Just say it. Just remove the R and A. It's okay, Sean. You're gonna get sponsors soon.
Yeah, So, but we'll definitely see, man. Listen, like I said, man, I don't bemoan any of these guys getting their money, man. In the labor dispute, I will never side with the billionaires over the millionaires. So I'm glad Dak has become a multi-millionaire. Good for him.
I'm glad Dak is a multi. So hold on. First of all, salute everybody. Salute, bro. I'm glad Dak became a multi-million man to go 8-8. So I'm proud of him, man. Go ahead, get that. That's that 8-8 money right there, baby.
Hey, 500.
Get your 100.
7-9 got to be something, right? 7-9 must be something.
SB, where's your Joe Budden album?
Oh God, listen to Joe Budden. Don't condone me in that foolishness.
Hey, SB, I already sent Sean the CD today. I'm gonna send it to you tomorrow.
No, man, just send me a Lil Wayne tape and send me a Derrick Rose jersey or something. Send me that.
SB, I can't do that to you. SB, my boy, I got to treat you right. The only way to treat you right.
I told you, man. I'm grateful for the CD, man. I'm running out of coasters in here, so I'm grateful for the CD, man.
First he said. First, he said if you get a Tom Brady jersey, you're gonna wash the car with it. now SB won't accept a Joe Budden CD or the Felicio jersey. Now SB. Now we also know
if you ever offer me a Cameron Payne jersey, we fighting.
Well, that's hey SB, that's in the works too. So I have that in the works. Also have Carlos Boozer's jersey and basketball cards in the work for you.
I'll take a Boozer jersey over them too.
But
I got one better for you. You need that Corey Benjamin jersey. That's what you need.
Oh, God, Jesus.
Yeah, Corey Benjamin, Corey Blount, and Scott Williams too.
All right, about it. I'm gonna get you that Joel Anthony Heat jersey. That's what I'm gonna get you.
Hey, listen, he's a 2-time champ. I'll take it. He's a 2-time champ.
That's tough.
Give him a Dellavedova.
I'm just seeing you the picture of D-Rose dunking on him. That's what I'm saying.
And on top of that, SB, we got to get you Denzel Valentine. We got to get you Otto Porter.
All I have to do is Lee. Just give you a Johnny Manziel jersey. I'm gonna give you a Johnny Manziel fan control football jersey, not a Browns jersey. A fan control football jersey.
Send him the app too. Send him the app. Send him the app so we can call them plays for him as well.
You know what? And that's where I'm about to go on Ticket TV right now. Good night, fellas.
You'll be back. Of course.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But SB, how dare you insult me like that?
Oh man, no. I mean, we've been out friendly gestures, so I might as well get you a fan control Johnny Manziel football jersey. That's it.
You know what? On top of that, let's buy an Aaron Brooks jersey.
Hey, I just came in the chat. You heard me? Leave me alone.
What's up, Anti?
What's up, Sean? What's up, everybody?
What's up, bro?
Hey man, what you got on this Dak what you got on Dak's new deal, man?
I'm happy for him, bro. He deserves it.
No. Yeah.
Even though I think he trash.
Listen, I ain't mad with him. I ain't mad with him.
No. Any black man that get his money from the NFL, I'm with it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm with it 100%.
Well, you know what, Anti? I would agree with you, but Black History Month has ended. I would rather have that money go to Andy Dalton, but
huh? Excuse me?
Man, please.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
I know you damn joke. Trash ass nigga. But you know what? With a team like the Cowboys, I wouldn't have been surprised if they would have had gave Andy Dalton a deal and wouldn't have gave Dak Prescott a deal. I wouldn't have been surprised at all.
That's why I was joking, Anti, because the Cowboys, Anti, that's why I said it, just to troll, but that's something they would do.
Oh, I won't have been surprised if it was.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I mean, at the end of the day, man got paid. He got nothing to complain about. So
you got generational wealth now, man. You should be set for the rest of your life.
Hey, Anti, I just don't want Baker Mayfield to rub his hands like Birdman, because he's watching all these contracts.
Oh, he's getting the bag.
Him. The next dude that's up, him, Lamar Jackson,
and Josh Allen.
Oh, them boys gonna get the bag, man.
Yeah, they get the bag.
They gonna get the bag. Like, so I'm guessing his is roughly what, like 40 million.
40 million a year. Yeah,
41.
So Patrick Mahomes is 45. Dak is 40.
Patrick ain't even seeing 45, man. Somebody broke down that contract to me. He not even seeing 45. Not right now.
Yeah, not right now.
That contract, that 45 ain't gonna kick in until like 5 years from now.
Yeah.
He gave him a team-friendly deal, man.
Yeah, he got a huge signing bonus, but they structured it that way so they can basically just pay him a bunch of roster bonuses because he wanted to make sure they could still keep Tyreek and and Kelsey.
If I'm Patrick Mahomes, I'm reading up in 5 more years, nigga.
Oh yeah, listen.
Contract is null and void in 5 years, bro.
So the thing it's a 10-year deal, but in truth, it's really a 5-year deal because that's the way they structured it. So because they backloaded it so much that he's gonna go back to the table and they're gonna redo it so he can get more money.
All them TV deals and all that, you damn right. I'm be like, bro, you got me. Let's say he win 2 more Super Bowls too. Shit.
Yeah.
Damn sure going back to the table.
Yeah, he's going to the table. No. So, listen, they're gonna take care of him. What's up, Lee?
Yeah. So technically, you guys are right, but technically it's Patrick Mahomes at 45, even though he's not seen the 45 yet. Then it's Dak at 40, Deshaun at 39, and then I think the next highest I want to say is Russell Wilson at 35.
Yeah. So yeah, but you know Lamar's gonna get over 40.
Yep.
I think it's a good chance Josh Allen gonna hit the 40 mark. Baker's gonna be the interesting one.
Hey, this the question though about Baltimore. Do you think they pay? Do you actually think they pay Lamar Jackson all that money though? Do you think they believe in him?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
they believe in him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now listen, just think about Baltimore's history with quarterbacks.
I got you, but all their quarterbacks
Joe
been
Flacco.
Joe Flacco. You had McNair for a minute too, right?
Hey,
He had been there for 2 years.
Yep.
You had Elvis Gerbach.
Steve
which
McMahon.
Hey, Sean, that name is banned on your panel.
Yeah.
You had Trent Dilfer.
Yeah. Trent Dilfer.
I'd rather you
Tony Banks.
Sean, I hope that's the last time you ever say Elvis Gerbach.
Listen, I don't ever want to say anything. Okay, I really don't.
Yeah,
but,
Lamar Jackson is the future of.
Hey, people were saying. I remember people were saying, "How in the world did that 2001 Ravens not repeat as Super Bowl champs from 2000?" 2 words: Elvis Gerbach.
Elvis Gerbach.
Yeah. He was the only one that stopped the Ravens. Just him.
Yeah, and they thought they were upgrading.
Oh my gosh!
Cisco can speak about Elvis Gerbach very well. So.
Yeah. That's actually Cisco's favorite quarterback. Hey Cisco, why are you flipping me off? That's actually Cisco's favorite quarterback. I bet he has his jersey too.
Yeah.
So you got a Ty Detmer jersey.
You know what, Cisco? Shut up.
Hey,
yeah.
You got it.
But yeah, hey, listen, we definitely glad that Dak got the new deal, but we got to talk about another. Yeah, we got to definitely talk about another quarterback.
Coming from a Giants fan, that's well deserved.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I can't wait to y'all pay Daniel Jones $50 million a year.
Oh my gosh!
Hold on. Oh yeah, Damon Jones gonna be up in a minute, yo.
Yeah. No.
Hey, John, if he sees anything near Patrick Mahomes, the world's gonna end.
Hey, it ain't about being Patrick Mahomes; it's about the market.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You're right.
It's about the market.
Anti, you're right, but it's Daniel Jones at the same time.
But at the same time, it's the market that he's in, man. These quarterbacks eating in the NFL.
You know, he's in New York. He's in New Jersey, New York.
Hey, Taj, I'm gonna say a prayer for you if he gets that contract.
But this is the thing with me though. You now with the Cowboys, you didn't invested so much money into your offense. Where you gonna get defensive players from, bro?
Maybe the draft.
You got DeMarcus Lawrence, yeah. That nigga ain't really doing that since he got his bread. You got Jalen Smith, he ain't doing shit since he got his bread.
Hey, who said Walmart? Sean, was that you?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Did you see their secondary last year? They couldn't cover a twin bed with a king sheet.
Horrible.
It was awful.
Fucking horrible.
It was awful.
So they've given their key guys the bag, but you gotta be able to stop somebody in the NFL. I mean, they basically the Brooklyn Nets.
Hey, speaking of, I know we're gonna get into that shortly, but yeah, I think it's official. I think they got Blake Griffin today. Officially.
They can have him.
Yeah, officially.
Yeah. Blake Griffin. I know one thing. You better not lose, motherfucker. That's what I know. I swear to God, they better not motherfucking lose. You better not motherfucking lose. I know you got all this talent. I swear to God, boy. KD, you don't get this shit done. I'm on your ass, boy.
Hey, Anti. If the Brooklyn Nets lose, no Kevin Durant slander from you.
You know what? Fuck that. Let them not make it out of the East.
From everybody, every direction.
I got Philly coming out the East, so
I'm gonna find a way to pick your channel.
But I'm talking about as far as the talent that they got on that team now. Yeah, boy, let's y'all fuck around and not come out of the East.
Hey, Sean, I know. Are we supposed to talk about Jalen Hurts next?
Yeah, I was gonna. We talked about that. Dak. I want to talk about Jalen Hurts. I don't know if y'all heard the news, but the Eagles, Jeffrey Lurie, basically has told the front office and the coaching staff go all in to make sure Jalen Hurts is successful. So
okay, I like that.
Yeah. I just want to
hold on. Let me ask you something, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Did they fire their training staff yet?
No.
I ain't got shit to do with the Eagles then, bro.
Yeah,
I do not
think so,
believe in the
nope.
Eagles. Until they fire that goddamn training staff, I ain't got nothing to say good about the Eagles, bro. Because the last 4 years, bro, they have been the most hurt team in the NFL.
Yeah.
So unless they fire that training staff, I ain't got shit else to say to them, bro. I hope Jalen Hurts all the best, dog, but they need to fire that goddamn training staff, bro. That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah. I mean, well, go ahead.
Ain't nobody picked up Deshaun Jackson yet. I hope New Orleans get that nigga, bro. We need a speedster.
Y'all don't
we need somebody who can take him.
I don't want him, man. He's not committed. He's not going to be committed.
Not going to be committed.
Oh, you think he's going to be committed?
He'll come to the team, and then after 2 games, he's either going to come up hurt or he's not going to produce no more. He's not going to make it through the whole season.
We need a speedster, bro. Ain't nobody on our motherfucking roster that's fast.
Nah, he ain't it. No, he ain't it. I'm telling you, you know who you rather go. You rather go back and get. You rather go back and get Ken Stills than bring in Deshaun Jackson.
Hey,
shit. I would love Ken Stills to come back to the Saints.
Hey, what happened to Sean and Jay back since you're speaking so negatively on Deshaun Jackson? What happened to him? I mean, the guy used to be so electric.
He got hurt, bro. He started to get hurt.
Well, it was so electric on a football field. He was a threat anytime he touched the ball.
To me, and J Mac, I'd rather you chime in on this because you know better than I do. He was just always a one-hit wonder to me. He did one thing great, and he never really evolved his game. And he still can, fly, but at a certain point, you got to do the nuances of playing receiver. And it's not just you getting the ball all the time. And then when he went to Tampa, he went down there acting like he was going to be the number 1 receiver. They never brought you in to be the number 1 receiver. They brought you in to complement Mike Evans.
Hold up, he went to Tampa Bay. I forgot about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Did he play at all?
He played. If you want to call, walking around complaining all the time.
Was Chris Godwin on the team?
He didn't get along. He didn't get along with.
He was there the same year they drafted Chris Godwin.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't get along. He doesn't get along with quarterbacks.
Right.
You could just tell. I mean, every season he's hurt. He don't last the whole season, but for me, it's about the production. If he can't run a go route,
or a post route.
That's it. He's not gonna commit to being a all around receiver. At least he's not gonna block. I mean, he really ain't gonna give you nothing, man. Not this late in his career.
Yeah, he can't go over there because Sean Payton ain't gonna put up with that bullshit.
Plus, he doesn't like. You could tell he doesn't like rules. He wants to do his own thing. And Sean Payton runs a tight ship down there. So
damn right, Sean Payton ain't gonna play with you.
I don't see him getting along with whoever they have at quarterback. He didn't like Winston before, so Winston's the quarterback. They're not gonna get along in New Orleans. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And if he couldn't get along in Philly was a perfect fit for him. It just was. He just couldn't stay on the field.
Right. To me, he was never the same after Chip Kelly cut him. To me. Like, he was just never the same dude. And, he went to Washington. He did okay in Washington, but to me, he was always more name than game.
Yeah.
Okay.
You trust me, you don't want him in New Orleans. Listen, they could not get him out of Tampa fast enough. And I'm saying that as a former Bucs fan. They could not get him out of Tampa fast enough. Yeah, he was. I don't like to use the term cancer. He was a problem down there.
Okay, I didn't even know all that, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I just thought he couldn't stay healthy, but all right, cool. Hell no, stay your ass away.
Yeah.
He couldn't stay. I don't know if I'm gonna go as far as say he's a cancer, but I will say that he just not. For some reason, he does not be on the same page with his offenses as of late. His last 3 teams, it's like he's always pouting, always complaining. He complained after being in the Tampa Bay situation about him not getting the ball. He's just a regular receiver that wants the ball like every other deeper receiver, man. I mean, I ain't mad at him for it, but if you're gonna talk that shit, then you need to be out there producing.
The motherfucker's selfish. The motherfucker that's playing himself. He was just motherfucking selfish ass kid. That's all it was.
Yeah. Hey, where y'all think Odell Beckham going?
Tom Brady say he want him.
Nowhere
He
this year.
every damn body.
Yeah, nowhere this year. Yeah, they want to be the Brooklyn Nets.
You think Cleveland? Hold on to him?
Yeah, I think they hold on to him.
I don't think so.
That nigga won everything.
Well, this year they came right because Baker's in the 4th year of his deal. His deal isn't like prohibitive to the team, to the cap. So
I think he's got 1 year left on his deal. Tom.
He's got 1 year before his 5th year option kicks in, which that escalates. So then at that point you can't be paying 2 receivers $30 million. So I think he comes back this year.
Better without him.
Yeah, but I mean, he's such a threat, man. You want to see what that offense looks like with all those pieces and him healthy, man. I just think it'd be crazy to get rid of him this soon.
Hey, my big thing too is why is it okay when I know the answer to the question? When Tom Brady wants everybody, it's all good. But when LeBron James needs a little bit of help,
you know why? You know why? We ain't even got to say it.
You already say it.
We ain't even got to say it. We ain't even got to say it. You
gotta say something, man. That's ridiculous.
You know what's up. We all on the panel know what's up.
Man.
Yeah. I swear to God, if they get Von Miller,
the earth stops moving. The earth stops moving.
I wish Denver would go. I wish Denver would get Tampa Bay goddamn Von Miller. I wish fuck y'all might.
Oh my God.
Y'all might.
Well, they're ready to move on away from him.
I heard Denver said they're trying to move on from him.
Well, no, the GM came out last week and said they really want to keep him. They was just because he was about. They thought he was gonna catch that case.
I thought he was gonna catch that case too.
Yeah, I thought so too. It wasn't looking too good, but the DA didn't press charges. So
these NBA players, these athletes got to stop fucking with these scribbles, bro. I'm telling y'all.
You can't, man.
Hey, man, you have to because you see it too much that these dudes keep getting in trouble, dog. Dealing with these Instagram models and these damn scribbles.
Hey, man, they got websites and blogs that are dedicated to track these motherfuckers and their every fucking movements. So
hold up, Sean. You heard about what the females did in Atlanta, bro?
This weekend?
All the hotels was booked. So these hoes was sleeping in their cars and U-Hauls. Them hoes rented U-Hauls and turned them into party buses.
Wow.
I'm like, bro, that's how you know.
You talking about?
I'm talking about. Nah, you know what a party bus is?
Yeah.
Basically, they rented U-Hauls and turned them into party buses. U-Haul trucks, vans. They was renting them hoes because the hotel room was all booked. I said, boy, them ain't nothing but a bunch of hoes down there. Number thoughts came in, flew down there. I know 3 chicks down here from Dallas that went to Atlanta just for All-Star weekend, just so they could snag somebody. I said, boy. So
you mean tell me they got 26 footers? They had 26 footers with the back open.
With the back open, turned into a party bus, bro. I swear to God. Go on Instagram. You see them.
All right, I'm back, y'all. Daddy Duty's called. My daughter want me to read her book, so I'm sorry. Daddy Duty's.
Hey, man. Listen, enjoy it, man. It flies by. Enjoy it.
Wait, all your kids grown now?
Huh?
All your kids grown?
I only got one. He be 20 at the end of the month.
Oh, yeah. You right. I'm in the beginning. My daughter, I got another one on the way, boy.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah.
You got a girl? Boy?
And you got girls too?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to have another girl. I'm going to have 2 girls, boy.
Oh, man. Man.
Nigga, I would have.
That's what's up.
I would have. See, I'm the type of dude. I'm putting barbed wires around my house. I'm putting iron motherfucking bars on the motherfucking window. What you mean, nigga? You ain't going nowhere. You home.
I promise you can do all of that. You can do all of that. They'll dig a hole under the ground and still get up out of there.
They ain't got to do that. They don't even have to do that, bro. All they got to do is just, hey, Daddy, can I go outside? Yeah, sure, man. Go ahead, go outside.
No, hell no. Hell no.
Hey,
can't be that overprotective dad, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
Hey, that's why I ain't got no kids, bro. I was the same way with my nieces. Oh hell no!
I'm telling you, Anti. I'm telling you, it's somebody. All the guys I know got daughters, man, and their daughters got them rap, man. They can, it's just what it is.
I'm taking them down. See, that's why I said I don't want no. Oh hell no, bro. And I got a suspicion that my first gonna be a girl, dog. I always say it.
Hey man,
I already told him. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you right now, she gonna be homeschooled. She ain't going no damn well. I'm gonna have nigga, her YouTube gonna be on private lock, nigga. Like she ain't getting on the internet, nothing. She ain't allowed to have no social media till she leave my house. Fuck you mean? You ain't getting no Instagram, no YouTube. You ain't getting shit until you leave my house.
Hey,
you ain't getting no Facebook, Instagram.
You can't do that,
Twitter,
man.
None of that.
That's what gonna make them go crazy.
That she gonna go crazy then.
Hey, don't say nothing. She gonna grow up and whoop his ass.
Man. How it is now. Man.
Yeah.
Media. It's a social media.
Anti gonna be raising them demon kids, boy.
I'm telling you, man. I heard a lot of dudes pop big just like that till they had a daughter. Whole game changed.
Yep, that definitely it slowed me. Yeah, all I'm gonna say is just like my game plan is just look, bro. I'm gonna tell you, and that's your choice to listen or don't. Cause you ain't never gonna be like me and your mama ain't never tell you this, and you just that's all you can do.
Oh hell no! See, in my house, my word gonna be law. Ain't no if I tell you, if you listen, you gonna listen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, of course with that point, yeah.
Now, once you get older, everything that I instilled in you is for you to sit up there and still be the woman that I raised you to be. Now, if you want to go out there and build a side, that's on you. I done raised you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When you get older, I'm talking when they're older,
Get older, love, you do what you want. I done raised you.
So wait, so now with Dak, okay, so with Dak being with the Cowboys, so that's solidified,
right?
And he got a no trade clause, so it ain't like they signed to trade him. Now I'm worried about. I don't really think nobody else really moving no more now.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Deshaun Watson going nowhere, man.
No, he's gone.
I don't think nobody else.
No, he's gone.
I don't think. I know he wants to leave.
Who gonna get him?
Hey, listen. I mean, I did a video about this a couple weeks ago. The team that's in position to get him is Miami.
Okay, I would love to see him with Brian Flores. I would love to see that.
Niggas is talking about the Cardinals trying to get
Cardinals what?
No, the Texans, trading Deshaun Watson to the Cardinals for Kyler Murray. I'm like, man, the fuck out of here.
Kyler Murray don't want to go no goddamn Houston, man.
No, that's not happening. And keep in mind, Cliff Kingsbury handpicked Kyler Murray.
Yes. I'm about to say he picked him.
Yeah,
that was
going nowhere. Every year they done been there, he done got better. So I think they trended upward. Yeah, they trended upward.
Yeah, they trended upward. Honestly, the Cardinals not really that far away. They just got to get a decent running game.
Decent running game.
That's it.
You can get that in this draft.
Yeah, and they can do that in this draft. They're gonna be one of those teams I think trying to trade up to get an offensive lineman in the draft because their offensive line ain't that good, but also it's a lot of running backs in this draft. So
got an arm too.
I hope the Saints go get them a speed there receiver, bro.
Yeah,
like the fact that we ain't got nobody fast on our team, bro.
Wait, Anton, you have Ted again?
No, we don't.
Not no more.
Nah,
yeah, I mean but honestly, Antado, and I'm just being real. I think the Saints do have a speedster. His name is Deontay Harris.
He ain't that fast.
Hey man, listen, when he get the ball, he can fly.
He can fly, but you gotta get him in open spots.
Well, yeah, but the other thing is, even if he could fly past the defense, I don't know if they had the guy who could push the ball down the field like that the last few years. So I think that's been the bigger issue to me is even if they had that guy, could Drew push the ball more than 30 yards down the field like that?
Mm-hmm.
Because we really haven't seen that from him in a few years. So
let's count.
And I'm thinking right now, bro, that they're gonna bring that motherfucker back.
Nah, listen, man. If he comes back, man, I would be shocked.
I won't. He been working out. He ain't announced shit yet. And I'd be damned if they let him go to another team. He ain't gonna go to another team.
Well,
So
the thing
I can see it, bro. They might bring him back, bro. And I don't hate it. But I'm like, I'm gonna
but he's
respect it, bro. Because you done so much for the organization, bro. You right. If you want to come back, come back. But I know we ain't winning shit with you at quarterback. I know that for a fact.
Man, everything.
I think might ride if he comes back.
There in Texas.
I know for a fact we ain't gonna win shit.
Is torture.
Yeah,
Texas is torture, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Saints fans might ride if he comes back.
What you mean, ride?
Because they try. I mean, because you know what? I'm gonna tell you this, man. I was listening.
Yeah, it's time for something new.
Yeah, I mean,
we
as
fans, we know this. But at the same time, if he want to come back, bro, we gonna embrace it. We know we ain't gonna win shit, but we gonna embrace it because he done so much for the city of New Orleans.
Yeah, but it's
but they ready for somebody else.
Oh, you damn right. I'm ready for somebody else.
Yeah, and he's already reduced his salary from $24 million to $1 million. So that pretty much tells me he was done. Like he's
I hope it's Winston.
It should be Winston. It should definitely be Winston.
Same guy.
I think Winston ready.
He can pass yards pulling off that 30.
I think he ready because all that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Anton.
And also, yeah.
All that interception and shit. Oh, that shit ain't gonna happen with Sean Payton.
Well, the thing was, he only had 1 year like that in Tampa, and that was his first year with Arians.
You right.
So, and I be trying to remind people that like he was doing this every single year.
One time he led the league in passing yards. Remember that? So.
Oh yeah, he did. That's when the year he led the league in interception.
Second in touchdown passes.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna act like the dude trash.
Nah, I never said he was trash. I think he ready. Like I said, I just hope Drew get out the way.
But truth be told, if you really think about it, right, what's the difference with him in Tampa and Drew Brees in San Diego?
Oh shit, he was better than Drew in San Diego.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine what happened with Drew's career when he got with Sean Payton.
I already know.
And now Sean Payton getting this type of talent with Jameis Winston. Man, listen.
And our defense still elite too.
Oh my goodness. It's scary.
Yeah, I mean,
and I know damn well he can push the ball down the field. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. No, he can sling that thing. And again, you get one decent speed guy, and the thing is now, and I was telling somebody, I said the thing about Bruce Arians' offense is different from a lot of offenses, is you work deep to back first. Where a lot of times with Sean Payton's offense, you checking. And then you go
medium route. Yeah, you checking the medium route first, then you look up.
Different animal. So so you're not waiting to get the ball out like you do in Arians' offense. You know, the ball comes out, it's gonna come out quicker. So a
lot of check down to your running backs. Yep.
Yeah, and when you got 41 out there, you got to check the ball down to him because he's gonna make it happen. So
damn right.
Do you think Drew Brees was holding the offense back for a few years, or do you think it was just a combination of a lot of things?
I'm not gonna lie. That year that we got fucked out of that championship where the dude hit us, I think that was the last time we seen Drew Brees at his peak. Because he was still pushing the ball down the field that year.
Yeah.
That Los Angeles Rams game, like that year that he played, he was still pushing the ball down the field. After that, it went downhill from there, bro. I said, I'm like, he ain't the same. He ain't got that arm strength no more. I'm like, yeah, it's a wrap. But they were so great defensively, saying that you can get turnover on down possession. You can change the field of position. You know what I'm saying? They had good field position most of the time because of the defense.
I just don't know how. I just don't know how the league and the referees, for that matter, missed that particular call.
They didn't miss it, bro. They didn't miss that call, bro. Dude came in. When he came in, he said it was a bang bang play. I'm like, bang bang. What? I heard another referee try to come out and talk about the ball wasn't catchable. I said, nigga, what you mean it went? I was like, okay. I'm like, bro, they tried to make so many excuses for that play, dog. I'm like, what you mean the ball wasn't catchable? The dude couldn't even catch the damn ball. That was the problem. He hit him before the ball even got to him.
And this is why I've said for years, this is why I've said for years, the NFL is not rigged every year, but certain years the league has its hands in a cookie jar. I believe that particular season, it was LA versus Boston.
I try not to believe that shit, bro, because if I believe that shit, I won't watch it, man.
Yeah, man.
Anti.
I try not to believe that shit, because if I believe that this shit is really rigged, bro, I won't watch it.
Anti. Like I said, I think most years the league is not rigged.
Don't tell me that, Lee. I'm telling you, bro.
Certain
Don't tell
years
me that, Lee. I'll stop watching football, bro, because
certain years it is. Hey, Anti, I was like you once upon a time. I was like, man, there's too much that goes into play. There's too much at stake. There's too much integrity. There'll be too much pushback. Nah, man. Most years it's not rigged. Certain years it is, especially the NBA. Go ahead and ask the Sacramento Kings 2002. I'll just leave it at that.
Nah, NFL's far worse with their refs.
I don't believe it's rigged, but I feel like a ref could definitely change like the dynamic of the game. But nah, I don't believe this is like rigged. I don't believe it.
Man, don't tell me that shit. I'm telling you, bro. I start watching football.
You still got to win.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to say. Yeah.
Still not one.
It's hard to say. Yeah. I don't want to say it's rigged, but I mean, I thought for sure. I was like, man. I thought for sure. I said I got the Saints and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I thought for sure it would be the Saints and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Man, I would love to see Drew go out on his last year, dog, against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
But put it like this: I won't say it's rigged, but at times the higher ups they have their hand in the cookie jar.
And I'm trying to remember, and maybe somebody can remember, was that the same season that the Rams and Chiefs played on Monday Night Football and they had that crazy shootout?
Like what? It was like 50-49 or some shit.
Yeah,
like
was that the same season?
I think that was the same season.
That was the same
so if it was rigged, it was probably because they would have wanted part 2 of that in the Super Bowl.
But shit, New England New England got that year, right? Yeah, they played New England in the Super Bowl. Trash ass Super Bowl 6-9. How the fuck you get a Super Bowl 6-9? That shit was horrible, man.
Anti, it was 13-3. But
okay,
because they played great.
Everyone I know hated that Super Bowl. I loved it.
Horrible.
Because it reminded me.
Hey, you played great defense.
It reminded me it was defense the whole game.
Man, it wasn't defense the whole game, man.
It was all defense.
That nigga Jared Goff just was trash. That's what it was.
Well, that too. But at one point, nobody could get past the 50-yard line. That's how good the defenses were.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I guarantee you, Drew would have got that motherfucker past the 50-yard line.
Y'all remember, right? And I wish True was here because True did this better than anyone. What the Patriots do better than anybody?
Take away your number one. Make your number 2, beat him. Whatever you good at, they take that away from you.
That in situational football, here's the thing. So there was something, I think it was a report that came out that was actually confirmed during that. I think it was late in the season, but just before Todd Gurley got hurt, where somebody reported that not Sean Payton.
Hey, what happened to Todd Gurley, man?
I'll talk about that in a minute. But Sean McVay would talk to Jared Goff throughout the play clock until it hit 14. But no one picked up on it until like late in the year, where teams would do that situationally. But if you watch the Super Bowl, the second the game clock or the play clock hit 14, the Patriots would literally change up their defensive stance and change the defensive play. And Jared Goff struggled that Super Bowl. Struggled. That, and he was missing his favorite target, Cooper Kupp, because he tore his ACL that season. And that just added insult to injury, because now you take away his number one wide receiver, and Todd Gurley's not healthy, and you can't really disguise or can't really read defenses and you have Sean Payton, not Sean Payton, but Sean McVay talk to you until telling you what the play is, or telling you what the defensive schemes are, and where to throw the ball until it was 14 seconds left on the play clock. It was just a recipe for disaster, and the Patriots just they turned that recipe into disaster for Jared Goff. That's why he struggled so much.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, and I always tell people, man, what the Belichick does better than anybody is he takes one thing away from your offense and basically says, "Beat us this way." And if you look at how they stacked that line, they ran a 5-man defensive line basically the whole game. And sometimes they use 6 defensive line. They would run a 5-2 or a 6-1, and they basically go, "Gurley's not beating us. We're gonna make Jared Goff beat us," and he couldn't do it. And remember, they had Stephon Gilmore.
Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
How much money did they pay Jared Goff, man? Because they gave that nigga the bag.
Yeah, it was like I think it was like a 4-year, $134 million deal, something like that. Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Why is it that these trash ass quarterbacks get all this damn money, but when it comes to us black quarterbacks, bro, we got nothing. I ain't gonna go there. Don't worry about it.
Anton, you know, you just.
I mean, you know the answer to that question.
Man, I hate that.
Anton, you always tell when I ask similar questions, you always tell me you know what it is. So I'm just gonna say you.
Sam Bradford was the most trash ass nigga I seen. Not even him. Let's go to Brock Osweiler, the nigga for Denver. Denver gave him a bag.
Hey, Anton, it was so bad with Brock Osweiler. Hey, Anton, it was so bad with Brock Osweiler. When he got traded to the Browns paid him to go away.
Right.
I swear to God, like, bro, I just don't understand. I mean, I understand what it is, but I hate when I see this in the NFL, bro. And people keep asking me why you still watching the NFL. I'm like, because I love football. But I know that when it comes to football, bro, that's basically like the slave trade. I always say that. It's like they paying us to pick cotton, but they sitting up here and getting the majority of the money. Even though them dudes millionaires, they ain't really seeing like they ain't seeing what the owner seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like
you could thank DeMaurice Smith for that. The worst.
They need to get him the fuck out of there.
The worst players representative in all of sports, and it ain't close.
Yeah, no, he's
close. Yeah, I seriously believe he's a cahoots with the NFL. Like you cannot be that bad if you wanted to. I seriously believe he's working with the NFL secretly.
I mean, there was an article that said, and a couple owners said, if they could build a statue outside their stadium for DeMaurice Smith for what he's done for them, they would.
I'm telling you.
There's no reason why in 2021, bro, that the NFL still don't have guaranteed contracts for their players, bro. There's no way. There's no reason.
And Anton, you would think out of the 4 major sports, the NFL would have the strongest union. And it's the complete opposite. Because baseball is the strongest. Second is the NBA. Third is the NHL. And I can't even say football. I can't even say the NFL is the fourth. The NFL is not even on the list because they're so trash.
I'm about to say, as far as players and what they mean to their company, NFL ain't nowhere on the list, bro. How they use them dudes up and spit them dudes out, man, it's horrible.
Check this out. A very good player who played for the Dolphins last year, Kyle Van Noy. Last season, he signed I want to say it was like a 4-year, $50 million contract.
Yeah.
The Dolphins cut him. Well, technically, they're trying to trade him now, but after 1 year, $15 million. After he got 1 year, $15 million guaranteed, they're getting out of that 4-year contract, and they basically can do whatever they want. And he's not seeing the rest of that contract. I wish that might in the NBA, if you sign a 4-year, $72 million contract, you get cut immediately after the season.
Hey Sean, that's why I asked, because I was like, me personally, I don't know if y'all remember Darrelle Reeves doing this. Darrelle Reeves took a bet on himself. Darrelle Reeves knew he was such a good player that I can sign a 1-year contract and get all my money, right?
Yeah,
that's why I don't understand why a lot of players don't do that. Okay, y'all can cut me whenever y'all want to, right? Right. So what I'm gonna do is this: I'm gonna take that power away from y'all. If I know I'm a top flight player in the NFL, I'm signing 1-year deal. 1-year deals, and all my money will be guaranteed to me or I'm not playing.
Yeah.
I'm signing 1-year deals the whole way through. I don't care about long-term longevity. I want all my money guaranteed.
Yeah.
So year to year, my production, I get paid for it. So every year I come in, I would negotiate my own contract.
Yeah, but the problem is if you get hurt.
Yeah,
that's the problem. If you get hurt, that's the only problem.
Shannon Sharp did something like that his whole career. He didn't sign more than a 2-year deal. It worked out for him. But he's one of the fortunate, though.
Hold up, Shannon did that in Denver?
Yeah, he only signed his whole career. He only signed 2-year deals at the most. It worked.
That's smart. That's smart.
That is smart.
Yeah. But the risk is, like J Max said, if you get hurt,
you better stay healthy. Yeah. You better
stay healthy. You better stay healthy.
But I wouldn't even say that, because if you still get hurt and then you come back and don't produce, they'll still cut you and you still lose your money. So it's a lose situation anywhere it goes. I'd rather just give majority of money if I can.
Yeah. But the problem is SB, with the market, if a team cuts you because you've been hurt, now you out here trying to fight to get a roster spot because the team is saying we don't want you because you're injury prone, or we're not gonna spend a whole lot on you because you're injury prone.
And the fact that you only take 2-year deals, you gotta understand something. If you're good and you want to leave, you can't really be traded because your value is not high. Right. Money's not gonna match up. Yeah. So you got a lot of issues. So I mean, like they said, man, that's really gambling with your career, bro.
Yeah,
that's taking it. Yeah, you don't even really need an agent.
Yeah, you don't. But at the end of the day, you gambling when you go every day out there on the football field.
Yeah, so,
I think what you're talking about in football, and what we all try to mention all the time, is the more guaranteed money that these players can get is better for the players.
Right.
However, the NFL has never been a league that is, high on giving guaranteed money.
And the players have never forced that issue. And that's the problem. They talk great. All right, so Odell Beckham made a good point, right, a couple of years ago. He said when he looks at the NBA, you don't get paid based on your position. You get paid based on your value to the franchise. When you could have argued when Odell Beckham was in New York, he was more valuable to the Giants than Eli Manning.
He sure was.
So why did he get paid? Eli Manning gets paid more because the NFL is the only league that says we pay you based on your position, not your value to the franchise. So Rudy Gobert and Steph Curry can get the same contract because their franchise view.
That is crazy.
Oh, it's worse than that.
That is crazy.
Not only that, you get paid by position, but at the same time, they can devalue that position.
Yeah.
So they can inflate it or they can deflate it, and most of the time they're going to deflate every position except that quarterback.
Right. I remember when Jimmy Graham was fighting for New Orleans, talking about whether he was a tight end or a receiver. Dude, like, nah, pay me like a receiver. I'm the best receiver on the team. Right. Pay me as a receiver. I have the most receiving yards. Pay me as a wideout. Don't pay me as no tight end. Yeah. And they went ahead and paid him as a wideout.
J-Mac. That's why I was not mad at Le'Veon Bell one bit when he sat out. And people say, oh, he lost money. No, he didn't. He broke it down months ago. He said, look, the Steelers offered him, it was like a 4-year, $72 million contract. Guess what? He was only going to receive at best $8 million because all of it was.
Hold up, what?
It was incentive based.
It was incentive. So
heavily backloaded.
So Anton. So the year Le'Veon Bell sat out.
Before you say anything, you mean to tell me he would have signed a 4-year, $72 million contract? How much of it was guaranteed?
$8 million. That's what I'm about to tell you.
$8 million was God.
Hold on. God damn. Wait. So this is what the NFL or this is what these GMs and more importantly these owners have done for years, and they're the masters at it. They make it seem as if the players are greedy, they're selfish, they don't care about the team, they only care about themselves, and they try to they try to play the victims as if they try to play the poorhouse victim as if, well, he's not doing what's best for the team. We can't afford to pay him this contract. First of all, yes, we can, because the NFL make more money than the others.
Here's
the thing. Every team in the NFL will pay who they want to pay. They pay who they want to pay. They can maneuver, they can massage, they can manipulate the salary cap to pay the guys that they want to pay. They've always done it. So my point back on Le'Veon Bell, they offered him a 4-year, $72 million contract. He's only going to see at best $8 million of it because the rest is in the back end, and virtually all of it was incentive based. Le'Veon Bell said, "You know what? No, I know what you fans are going to do. You fans are going to turn on me because you guys are Steelers fans. Number one, they're terrible, and then number two, the organization doesn't care about its players. So you know what? I'm going to bet on myself, set out the whole season, and watch me get more guaranteed money elsewhere." Well, he got like a 20. I want to say he got anywhere
$26 million guaranteed.
He got like, it was like 40 something million he got guaranteed from he signed like a $46 million deal. No, it was like a $66 million deal, but he got close to 40 million guaranteed, and he didn't lose a dime from Pittsburgh. And he did it by sitting out the whole year.
I didn't know Pittsburgh did that, bro.
God. But what it is, is that you can't even necessarily blame Pittsburgh. It's the structure of the NFL business that's the problem.
That's the problem.
Right? And again, every year, this is why I be trying to explain to fans. Every year, the NFL writes every single team a check for revenue sharing. That check is somewhere between $280 and $300 million. Mm-hmm. The salary cap is significantly less than that. So this year, the salary cap is probably going to be about $180 million. Last year was $190. The revenues have gone down some because of obviously not having fans in the stands. But they don't have to spend all of that revenue sharing money on players.
Right.
And you're splitting that among 53 guys plus the 10-man practice squad. Mm-hmm. And you're doing this in a league that says we want to be a hard cap league. So you can't even exceed the salary cap to retain people you draft and develop. Mm-hmm. So that's the biggest problem. It's the structure of the business. That's why they'll never get guaranteed contracts. The players have the responsibility to say, no, when we go back to the table, we are fighting for guaranteed contracts. Now, the owners will do it, but where the owners are going to say is, well, if you're going to guarantee fully contracts, that's fine. We want an 18-game regular season.
I would still, if I'm a player and that's presented to me, I would still say no.
Yeah, and that's the point.
Games.
So because all the owners care about is they gave Roger Goodell a directive, and his directive is, I think it's by 2030, to get NFL annual revenues to $25 billion a year. They're at about 16 or 17 billion right now, so they're on their way. That's why this next TV deal is so important, because that's going to be a big part of their revenue add.
And Richard Sherman said this as well. He said, look, players want the schedule to go back to how it used to be, with the exception of special occasions. Like, okay, maybe the opening game of the NFL season, okay, Thursday night football, the first week of the season, okay, that's fine. But you shouldn't be playing Thursday night football every week. Leave that for the first game of the season, Thanksgiving, maybe a special primetime game, but the two teams who have that special primetime game should have the week off prior. And then if you want to play like a special Christmas Saturday edition, week 15 through 17, okay, that's fine.
Right. It makes more sense.
It makes much more sense, because you should, if you play football, there's no way you should be playing football every fourth day. Health-wise, that doesn't make any sense. And if you just keep it Sunday, I'm telling you, you're gonna see injuries go down by a significant margin, because players are going to be a lot fresher, and they're not going to have all that wear and tear. And
you seen what happened? You seen what happened with the Steelers this year, dog? When they ain't getting no rest.
Exactly. And JC, and one of the best centers in football, who happens to play for the Browns, JC Tretter. He's very highly intelligent too. He's one of the players he's one of the players who represents the Players Association, or in it. He said, based off the high level of productivity in terms of penalties going down, scores going up, time in terms of how long the games are gone down significantly. TV timeouts not being as long. He said because of all of those statistics that favor the players for the first time in like decades. They said, you know what, we shouldn't even be forced to have an off season, like off season conditioning, off season workout. We should just have a regular mini camps and training camps. I was like, dude, making a lot of sense to me. But you know, the NFL is not going to do that at all.
Yeah. Well, I think it would be interesting, and Bees, I want you to come in on this, please. Would be interesting to see how individual teams handle this coming off season, right? If some of them just say, "Hey, listen, we're not going to do all these mandatory team activities. Just come ready to camp in the best shape of your life, and we'll get it in then."
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do.
I think some teams will. I think it's really just going to be, particularly like if a team didn't have a lot of roster turnover or didn't change coaching staffs. I think you're going to see more teams do that just because they got to play the long game with their players.
Salute, Bees. Salute, Bees. Don't come in here capping.
How you doing, man?
What's up?
It makes sense to not do the training camps.
Yeah.
Because you're not hitting anymore.
Right.
And so if you're not hitting, other than you're just doing a walkthrough, that's basically all you're doing.
Yeah, they stopped hitting a while ago.
Huh?
I said, yeah, you're right. They stopped hitting a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle got in trouble a couple years ago because they kept hitting.
Yeah.
And they end up.
That what Richard Sherman said. That's how they were so better than everybody. He said our practices used to be more intense than real in-game situations. So we was ready for what was going on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they got it. They got an advantage, right? Football has an advantage over all sports, and the players don't have no chance. Because we all grow up attached to a high school football team. You know what I'm saying? Most people that like sports attach themselves to a school they went to.
Right.
And most people attach themselves to a college, and they also attach themselves to a pro team. So now they can play you against that emotional feeling you have to that team. And the player's always going to lose because there's too many of them.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of hitting, one penalty, a couple penalties I hate. The body weight rule on quarterbacks. Don't get me started on that. And then what I hate just as much is the defenseless receiver rule. I think it's just ridiculous. I said, look, I'm all for taking out any hits to the head, any hits to the neck, and all that stuff. I'm all for it. But it's like at some point, it's football. You can't avoid a violent sport and make it not violent.
I'm not for that shit, Lee.
Oh, helmet to helmet.
Hey, you know what? Them grown ass men, and I was all for the NFL getting sued and having to pay these dudes for the shit that they didn't tell them, right?
Right. Yeah.
But now that you know, you take an assumed risk when you walk your ass out there, play football.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I said I don't understand how you expect me as a defender to sit up here and hit a dude clean when he's running. Like I seen Josh Jacobs run a nigga over. He dropped his shoulder and his helmet just happened to hit the dude with helmet, and they go defensive against Josh Jacobs. I'm like, how do you even call that?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking about
a running back.
I'm talking about this clean, hard hitting football. That's what
people do to do, bro. And they called a personal foul on him. I'm like, how?
What Sean told you earlier, and the elder got mad when I said this.
I know, Bees.
My disgust with the NFL is that the NFL is a fantasy football driven league. It's a TV show now. That's how he's going to achieve that income.
Right.
And so that's what you're going to get. The only time you go ahead, man.
My fault, Beast. I was going to say you're right, but the NFL was doing just fine when the 2000 Ravens won the Super Bowl and winning games.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. They weren't doing just fine. They want to make more money, like Sean said. Roger Goodell came in. First thing he did was make rules for the quarterback. Why? Because that is the star of the show.
Yeah.
If he can sell the quarterbacks, they don't make no money when all their quarterbacks are out because people don't turn into the games.
Right.
Then they realize that these quarterbacks need their receivers. And so they made the rules against the receivers. And that's the only people getting paid. If you don't pay tackle, offense or defense, quarterback or cornerback or wide receiver, you ain't getting paid.
Think about it like this, right? And to Bees' point, think about all the teams right now, and I could probably say probably 10 teams easily right now looking for quarterbacks this offseason.
Yep.
Why? Because those are the guys who drive the money.
Yeah.
But also, a lot of it depends on your market. So, for example, if you think about it, there are some quarterbacks who can never play in certain markets because they ain't light enough. And by light enough, I mean white enough.
Yeah.
So every team is going to always be looking for a guy.
No, Sean, you're right. It's silly, but you're right. But Bees and Sean,
it ain't silly. It's business, bro.
No, I know it's business, but in terms of the complexion of someone's skin color, being able to play the quarterback position, be marketable, it's ridiculous.
It's because it's all dependent on your fan base, right?
Yep.
So I want you to think about this for a second, right? Buffalo, 2013, right? They traded up in the first round to get EJ Manuel from Florida State. Now, I'm a Florida State fan. I could have told you EJ Manuel was not ready to play from day one.
Well, that's the Bills' fault. That's
the Bills' fault. But here's the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the Bills, whose general manager was black, his name was Doug Whaley, when he made that pick, he wasn't making that pick thinking about how the fan base is going to respond to someone like EJ Manuel.
I don't care. I want to win.
Right. But again, if EJ Manuel doesn't come in and win from day one, and he didn't, because the Bills weren't a very good team, he comes in from day one and doesn't win, who gets the blame?
EJ Manuel.
EJ Manuel gets the blame.
But see, that's what you're saying, Lee, is what I mean when I say the players have a inherited disadvantage. See, fans of football, they actually truly believe winning matters to the owners and to the league, and it don't.
It doesn't.
The only thing that matters to the league is that they make their money. Jerry Jones is a shining example of that. How the fuck is he got the most valuable franchise in the world, ain't won shit in 30 years?
Yep.
That tells you all you need to know right there.
Yeah.
Same with the Knicks.
But think about what Jerry Jones did with the Cowboys when he came in. He took the Yankees model and said, we're going to be the Yankees of the NFL. We're going to market this star so much that everybody's going to want to be a part of it. And that's literally what they are. You can't go anywhere and see that star, that Cowboy star in the world and not know who it belongs to.
I mean, the guy fired Jimmy Johnson. That's enough.
Facts, though.
Yeah.
But Sean and B, I mean, you guys.
Why did he fire him, Lee?
Because he wanted all the credit.
There you go. It wasn't about winning. He don't give a fuck about winning. He making the money he making, and he want the clout.
Yeah,
that's it.
Right.
Yeah, and Bees and Sean, you're right. But was the NFL losing money when the 2000 Ravens won the Super Bowl?
They weren't making the money they thought they were going to be making.
Yeah.
Right? Revenues hadn't increased like that. So what did you start to see happen? Well, again, Goodell comes in, he changes the rules like B said, and makes the game more quarterback friendly. Before Goodell comes in, the league was not trying to market its quarterbacks like that.
They were just trying to market,
you had certain guys, but it wasn't all of them.
But for this part, it looked like the league cared about, well, maybe not the owners, but looking. So if you look at, I was watching the NFL I was just looking at some tape and some highlights from the greatest show on turf, the Ram, in '99, to about 2004. And please correct me if I'm wrong, but it looked like the landscape of the league was, hey, the best team who competes at the highest level is gonna win. And then once Roger Goodell took over, it was all about the quarterback, and that was it. Now, am I wrong about that, Sean? Am I missing something?
Sean, go ahead.
I don't think so. What do you think? I don't think so.
I don't think it's never been about the best team, because injuries and other things are always a factor in the NFL. It's who's playing the best at the end of the year.
Well, that's right? What I meant. Yeah.
And so here's how you guys play fantasy football, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go back 15 years and look where you pick quarterbacks at.
Yep.
Look where you picked wide receivers.
Yep.
And now look at today. That's where you pick running backs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Go ahead, Sean.
No, go ahead, Beats. No, go ahead.
No, I was done.
No, I was saying I agree, because I think about it. I started playing fantasy football probably like 2000, 2001. And the rule in fantasy football was you always took a running back first. That was always the rule. It was like, oh yeah, don't worry about now, man. Please, people fighting.
Now it's quarterback from
It's people fighting for Patrick Mahomes with the first pick. People fighting for Devontae Adams with the first pick.
Hey, Sean, you said 2001.
Yeah.
Hey, that year. Marshall Faulk from '99 to 2001. Marshall Faulk was the best player in football. You could argue he was a running back.
You could argue
it was literally Marshall Faulk 1, Ray Lewis 1A.
Yeah,
for like 3 years.
Yeah. But it was just
Marshall.
And even just think about it now, right? Just think about it, right? Like outside of maybe Saquon Barkley, how many running backs are taken in the top 2 or 3 in the draft now in today's NFL? Back then, that was the standard. Like, oh, you got this bell cow running back, we take him. We don't care where we take him. He's that guy.
Well, you got Derrick Henry, but maybe
remember Derrick Henry was a second round pick.
You ain't taking Derrick Henry. You ain't taking Derrick Henry in the first, or you donating your money.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I'm just thinking about in the draft. I'm just thinking about in the actual NFL draft.
I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about.
No, I'm saying in the NFL draft.
Okay, NFL draft.
I'm saying even in fantasy, you take Derrick Henry, you losing.
Yeah.
Now I had a buddy take him and he won.
Now first, if you take him first, you probably lose. Yeah.
Oh no, he took him second.
Yeah, you take him first, you gonna lose. No. Because he ain't gonna get the touches.
Yeah. And it's just that's the other part too now, because again, this is where how the league figured out how to devalue running backs. And again, I'm not gonna blame a particular team, but I'm gonna talk about the Patriots. The Patriots were able to win without, in their mind, having a bell cow running back. They got Corey Dillon.
I was gonna say that. Corey Dillon.
They got Corey Dillon, right, from the Bengals, who was on a decent deal. And as soon as they were done with Corey Dillon, they ran him out of there. It's like, no, we don't need that. We can basically fill in with different positions.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Sean, because you almost had 1,800 yards rushing this first year as the Patriots.
Yeah.
Clearly, at that time, they still needed a bell cow.
Yeah, but they were the ones who said you don't have to draft a guy that high. You don't have to pay a running back all that money. They drafted, I think, Lawrence Maroney.
Oh,
yeah. And I mean, literally, they were like, I think he got 1,000 yards his rookie year. And they're like, here, we can win with that. We don't need that dude like that. It's just how the league has changed, man.
I mean, when it comes to, old school smash mouth football, just running it down your throat. I mean, really, it's only Derrick Henry and the Titans that are doing it.
Yeah. And the other thing that's against those players and the owners know this, Lee, is that the fan base of the NFL is your Donald Trumpers.
Oh my gosh.
They are the fan. They are the core of the NFL.
Them proud white boys, though, what you saying?
Yeah, and so they always know that if it gets in a dispute about money, you're going to lose public opinion, because those white people don't think that you should be making that much anyway.
You couldn't tell, man. Y'all couldn't tell the debacle that happened behind the Colin Kaepernick situation. Why they were so mad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proud white boys. But because I seen Tim Tebow take a knee and you motherfuckers didn't say nothing. You motherfuckers took a knee with him. But he just wasn't taking a knee for what Colin Kaepernick was taking a knee for.
Well, Tebow Tebow was done wrong because he got criticized for taking that knee, dog. They basically
he did win.
Yeah,
but it wasn't as bad.
It wasn't as
Hold
bad.
up, I never heard him get criticized for a win.
He took a lot of it because they said he was bringing church and shit into the sport.
Right.
Too much.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, but it wasn't. But it was nowhere near what Kaepernick went through.
No, but think about it. He didn't have to be to the level of Kaepernick. This was one of their own, and they shunned him.
Right. Yeah.
And it was mainly because he cut his hair. He got one of them Jesus haircuts. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then he started doing that kneeling. And they pushed back. They pushed back on his ass.
Yeah.
That fan base.
Yeah.
And even now, the NFL lost. They lost blacks and they lost some of the Proud Boys too. That'll never come back.
Yeah, I know a lot of black people say they don't watch NFL no more.
I do too.
Yeah. And I mean, again, I think it came down to the NFL made their choice.
Well, I don't know if you guys have listened to Mark Cuban talk about this, right? That's
why I fuck with Mark Cuban, bro.
The NFL has a dying model.
Yep.
Because they don't reach the young people.
Yep.
They only reach the old. And so the NFL is trying to that was the whole point of bringing Jay-Z in. They trying to reach younger blacks and younger whites because their demographics is not good. The NBA will be bigger than them if they don't change something.
Yeah. Even just thinking about it from the standpoint B's of how people consume games, right? So I saw a statistic. It said 72% of people who claim to be fans of the NFL had never been to the stadium for a game.
Oh, I haven't. I've been to the Superdome a couple times.
Yeah, but you're in the minority because think about it. How many people don't want? Why don't you go to the game if you don't go? Well, okay, number one, it's an all-day event, right? Because you gotta get out there, you gotta deal with traffic.
Yep.
Then you gotta get to the game early enough to find your seat, get to your seats.
Yep. Right. And you gotta stand in line. Shit.
You gotta stand in line. You gotta deal with security. Heaven help you if you want something to eat during the game because you gotta go stand in line for that.
Yeah, no, I didn't move.
I'm trying to tell you. I
didn't move. Or try to go to the bathroom at halftime or some shit.
I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, you can forget about it. You can forget about that.
I didn't move. We used to have a rule before we went. Go to the bathroom. Do that shit before you leave the house, man, because we ain't moving from these seats.
Yeah,
we're not moving.
Parking. And then even just think about people like, if you go to church and you're trying to go to church and go to a game in the same it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible.
Oh, y'all about to say shit.
Yeah, it's almost impossible.
And then them motherfuckers put the pimp hand down saying if we don't sell out, we ain't letting nobody in the area watch it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they cut that back. But it was for a while they had the blackout rule where basically like if you live within 30 miles of the stadium and those games weren't selling out or at 85% or more capacity, they was doing it. In Jacksonville, they put tarp at the top of the stadium on the top level of the stadiums just because they couldn't sell out games so that way they could show games locally.
Hey, I heard Jacksonville were trying to give away tickets for free at times. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I got some folks from Jacksonville, and the Jaguars were so bad. I left 2 tickets for them one time for the game. When I got back, it was 4 tickets there.
God damn!
It was terrible. It was terrible.
They thought it was a donation box.
Yeah. No, it was terrible. They were terrible. Shout out to the Jaguars, but yeah, it's. But
hey, B, you're right when it comes to the money standpoint because I was explaining to Anti in the panel earlier about Le'Veon Bell's situation when he finally got his money, how he sat out the whole year, and people and predominantly the white fan base are telling him to be grateful that you're getting a $72 million contract. And Le'Veon Bell was like, man, you dummies. You don't even know how the NFL works. I was
No,
never getting more than $8 million of it.
No, do you know how insulting that contract was for him?
Oh, it was extremely insulting.
It wasn't 8, it was 10 million, right, for the first season.
Yeah.
But if he would have signed that contract, he would have gave them back $5 million from the franchise tag.
Yep.
So they offered this nigga a contract for $5 million less than he was already guaranteed to get.
Mm-hmm.
They basically said, we don't want you no more.
And then try to complain poorhouse when you refuse to sign the contract. So
yeah, but check this. They paid for it, right? Because they could have used Le'Veon Bell this year.
Yep.
They didn't have no running game. But again, I'll remind you of the Houston Astros and the shit that they just went through with the stealing, right? Stealing the signs and shit. And what did the commissioner say when the teams asked, or the fans asked if he was going to strip them of their World Series?
Well, they say no.
He said it's just a piece of metal.
It's a piece of metal.
It's just a piece of metal.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. That trophy don't mean nothing. It's a piece of metal. We're here to get your ass in the stands and to get you to buy all this shit.
Yep.
That's
then
true.
he came out a day later because of the pushback and apologized for the shit. But he told the truth.
He told the truth.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of trophies, who's gonna be hosting up this trophy at the end of July?
Hey,
NBA.
I don't know, but I tell you what, Steph Curry wrecked them. They wrecked their ass last night.
Hey, B.
Hold up, y'all. I was watching something last night. Did y'all peep when Kyrie Irving, I guess, tried to say something to LeBron James, and LeBron kept walking, and James Harden kind of like had to get Kyrie to come force him back to the floor?
I didn't.
Like,
I was
LeBron really don't like Kyrie, dude.
No, and he don't like LeBron. The animosity is huge.
They really don't like each other. Damn.
No,
I ain't know that, bro.
LeBron came out publicly and said that he won't talk to Kyrie again unless he apologizes publicly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, LeBron doesn't like that dude. Hey, but last night that 3-point contest beast, I was telling Sean
that was the most entertaining thing out of all of it.
I was telling Sean and J Mac, the NBA they should just change the name of the 3-point shooting contest. Just change it to Steph. Seriously, just change it to Steph. I wouldn't call. I just call the 3-point shooting contest Steph.
First of all, Mike Conley gave that nigga a run for his money, boy.
Hey, Steph took it with ease.
The biggest
takeaway. He ain't taking it with ease.
Hey, Kyrie ain't on Steph's level, dog.
He ain't even sweat not one time in that.
Kyrie ain't on Dame's level.
He ain't on Dame's level. That's just what pisses me off with the dude, right? It's like his whole purpose in the NBA now is to destroy LeBron. That's what his purpose is.
Yep.
That's it. And that's KD's purpose. And KD in the same boat, because you can't run with someone that is that negative without being negative yourself.
So KD and Kyrie are really that jealous of LeBron.
They are that jealous.
Yes.
They that jealous.
Yes.
I can't wait. Because dang.
I think KD chasing him because he's trying to be the best player in the league. But Kyrie, that's a different story.
Hey, here we go.
I don't think Kevin Durant care about being the best player in the league. He just want to be LeBron.
You crazy.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this, Bees and J Matt, y'all can probably speak to this. I'm afraid that KD is gonna be this generation's Isaiah Thomas.
Because you're 100% right. You know what last night?
Yeah, that's why I said, damn, you right, though. Yeah.
You know what last night showed? It showed you how great and how much that outside shooting impacts a game of basketball.
Oh yeah.
People can tell me Kevin Durant is better than Steph and all this bullshit. He got Finals MVP. He don't ever touch a Finals trophy without playing next to another MVP. Because he ain't that dude.
Facts.
Yeah, I agree with that.
AB, I've said
Hey,
this.
I ain't gonna lie. What told me? My fault. Cut you off. Leave. Dame a real closer for real, bro.
Dame, oh yeah,
Dame is that good.
Start respecting Dame.
Yeah.
Hey, I would love to see.
You gotta love Dame.
I would love to see Brooklyn get whoever they want, and Dame Lillard get on the Lakers with AD and LeBron.
Oh
and
my
throw the
God.
ball up and let's play.
I was politicking. I was politicking for when Kyrie wanted to leave Cleveland, and I told Sean this back when it happened. I said, man, if I was Cleveland, the only person, if I'm LeBron, the only person I want to get is Dame Lillard.
It can happen. Him and Dame real cool.
Oh man, they would have gave them a run for their money.
Hey, B, let's say hypothetically, this ain't gonna happen. But let's say hypothetically,
that was real respectful.
This ain't gonna happen. But let's say hypothetically, B's, the Lakers pull off some mega trade and they somehow are able to keep LeBron, AD, and get Dame.
Oh,
I know it's not gonna happen, but if it does, they're winning the next 3 titles. They're winning the next 3.
If LeBron ever play with Steph or Dame, it's a wrap.
It's a
wrap.
It's wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
They're winning the next 3 titles easily. But ABs, I've said this for 3 years now. I've said that Steph Curry, in a way, his 3-point shooting is one of the best things that ever happened to basketball, but at the same time, one of the worst things that's ever happened to basketball.
Why is it the worst?
Because you got.
Because I got a response to that.
No, this is the reason why I said that. It's not because of Steph, but it's because there's a whole bunch of dudes who think they can shoot like Steph that can't shoot to save their lives.
Okay.
And you're seeing it more and more and more. Yeah, it's like, look, in terms of, Steph is in the class by himself. There's only about maybe 3, maybe 4 other shooters in this league, maybe somewhat in the ballpark of Steph. And that's it. But you have the rest of them as if they are.
But I would push back on that and say that's what the league is. It's what it's always been. How many dudes came in trying to be Michael Jordan?
A lot.
You got your dudes in the league that are trying to be LeBron.
Yeah, that's true.
Every great player gets a bunch of people to mimic him. I mean, that honestly, it killed Kobe Bryant. Killed his he's viewed as a great player, but for a lot of people,
he was never viewed as the face of the league.
Well, no, he never was viewed as him having his own shit. Nothing he ever did you can ever pull away and say that's Kobe's. That's what people said the whole time. People used to hate that dude because they thought he was trying to be Mike.
He was trying to be Mike.
No, he wasn't.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah. So he got people that love him and that are fans of his. But overall, you want to know why he falls so far on these lists? People don't respect his game as much because it wasn't pure. It wasn't his game.
Right. Let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all a hypothetical question. Right.
Go ahead.
Those that remember the 2000 early 2000 Lakers. If you take Kobe off that team, right? If you take Kobe at that point off that team and you replace him with
T-Mac,
or Ray Allen or Paul Pierce or Allen Iverson, do they still win those 3 championships?
They sure do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Well, not according to Mac Duff, but
no, they do. I mean, you could, if T-Mac played defense, you could have argued a couple years that he was better than Kobe.
Facts.
Oh yeah. I would agree.
I think offensively he was more of a problem than Kobe.
Yeah, it was the defensive side of the ball that put Kobe above him. But
T-Mac wasn't horrible at defense.
He just didn't play it.
He
wasn't James Harden on defense, but he did not. He was not a guy who gave max effort defensively every night.
That's fair. Yeah, I was just saying he wasn't trash at defense.
No, he wasn't Harden.
With T-Mac's size, he should be an elite defender, but he wasn't.
I was just finna say that, SB.
He shouldn't.
He had the perfect NBA body for his game skill set.
Hey, I did watch that video,
and the injury started to get him.
Well, that too, Josh. I did watch that Steph Curry video where he had 105 straight threes. Bro, I just shook my head the entire time. I just shook my head. It's like that. How?
Well, so Lee, here's where I tell you that it's bad for the game, right? And the concern I have is not for the current players; it's for the younger kids coming up who idolize Steph. So when I went to work out at a court a couple of years ago, and I'm outdoors or whatever, just getting a little court workout or whatever. And it's a group of probably like 5 or 6 kids, and they was probably ranging from the ages of like 8 to 10. And they were all talking about how they were Steph Curry, which I thought was cool. But they're all trying to shoot out at the 3-point line, and they're all struggling and straining and stuff. And so that natural coach in me took over. I was like, hold on, let me show y'all something. And so I said, y'all,
let me tell you something.
I'm serious. I said, do y'all when Steph Curry was y'all age, do y'all know where he used to shoot? And so I brought them in the paint, and I showed them a drill, and I said, you start right here, you take a shot. If you hit it, you can take a step back. If you hit it, you can take another step back. If you miss, you come back to the beginning, right? Trying to teach them a shot base because, again, they're out here straining and struggling trying to shoot threes like Steph, and that was the problem.
Yeah,
all these young
that dude came out the womb with that shot, nigga.
Yeah, but I mean, even think about it, I mean, even like he talked about that summer where he had to change his shot base because of his size, he was never gonna be a guy who's gonna get his shot off the way he used to shoot. So his dad basically broke down his shot, and basically that's how he got his shot that he has today.
That's why he shoots as well as he
That's
did.
why he shoots as well.
His dad was an all-time great shooter.
Right, but they changed. He got base right.
Hold up, you say he changed his shot? So
he changed his shot.
Ain't always been like that.
No, he was like 16.
No,
he changed his shot. Yeah, because what happens again is what happens, and J Mac, you speak to this too. When you're younger, you tend to learn the push shot, right? So because again, you're not as strong. But then when you get a little bit older, that muscle memory is built in. So a lot of times you do your push shot. I can tell you just personally, right? I was in high school and I was watching a college basketball game with the UConn Huskies, and they had a guy by the name of Ray Allen. And I was watching his shot. I was like, man, this dude's shot is ridiculous. And I was like, I got to go change my shot because it was just perfect. And the way he shot, it was like I had to get that push out my shot. And I was like 15 or 16.
Got that flick of the wrist.
Yeah, Ray Allen has one of the prettiest forms I've ever seen.
Yeah, but so yeah. Hey, brother Amari, man, welcome in, man.
What's going on, brother?
What's up, man?
How you doing, brother? I was just coming in because you asked me the question.
Damn, I'm on fire.
Yeah. So you said you felt like the Lakers would not win all 3 of those titles if they swap out Kobe for AI or Ray Allen or Paul Pierce or T Mac.
In my opinion, well, I was mostly speaking to the T Mac because y'all focused on T Mac.
Right. Yeah.
And just as a Houston native, watching T Mac, I just don't believe they get all 3. I believe they can get 2 of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
But why I don't believe they get all 3 is because either that Sacramento team beat them or that Portland team beat them.
Hey,
with T-Mac.
Brother Amari, I'm gonna go against you and tell you they would have got all 4. And I'll tell you why.
Uh-oh.
Kobe, hey, rest in peace, Kobe. You're a great player. No disrespect at all. If Kobe would have came in there and worked with Shaq instead of trying to undermine him, they could have won 7 or 8 rings straight.
No disagreement on that part. I think.
And so when someone says T-Mac could have won, a lot of that animosity that was on the Lakers wouldn't have been there.
Well, I was putting personal beef. I think we all know it wasn't talent. It wasn't that. We knew it was the personal stuff between them two that ultimately got them beat. I was speaking only from a performance.
According to 3 dudes on that team, it was Kobe dead set on trying to win the MVP.
Right. Well, I'm putting that aside. I was just speaking more to the application of talent alone, like they play on the court.
But he's not more talented than McGrady.
No, he's not.
Okay. Well, again, I'm talking about every facet on the court. If you want
He's
to,
better defender now. I'll give you
that's
that.
what I'm saying. That's part of my argument. Defensively, he was better, and Tracy McGrady had a tendency to just disappear in games. Like he would go just for some odd reason.
You mean like Kobe did from 2005 to 2008? Disappear.
Against who?
It's a big difference when you out there by yourself.
Right. Yeah.
And you got Shaq Diesel on your team.
Right.
See, Kobe got to grow into the player he became at the end of his career. People think that the dude that won the 2 chips was the same dude that won the first 3, and he wasn't.
I don't know who you're talking to about that, but as far as me, as watching T-Mac, man, T-Mac, I'm not gonna say he came up short because I hate to say that, but T-Mac in the playoff.
Okay. No, I understand what you're saying.
He was a different individual.
I would say this, brother Mark.
He wasn't as proficient or efficient in the playoff. Now you can say because he didn't have Shaq. Well, there's a lot of people that didn't have Shaq and still got the win. On those Rockets team when he did have, I think he had enough time to at least get out the first round. He didn't.
No, you're right.
And the other years he got hurt.
Right.
And the other years he got hurt, and Ron Artest, a lesser player with Yao Ming, got him out the first round.
Right.
That speaks to T-Mac. That speaks to his. I'm gonna make it personal. It just speaks to some part of his game that he didn't have that Kobe did have. And now we can't retroactively go back and now say because Kobe had Shaq and because Kobe saved Shaq just as much as Shaq saved Kobe.
So I would say this, brother Omari, 2 things about T-Mac. Number one, the best version of T-Mac was the Orlando T-Mac, not the Houston.
Oh yeah,
and he lost the 3-1 lead.
Well, and again, the team did.
Also, Kobe lost one too.
Also, Kobe did too. But again, this is why we got to put the whole career in perspective. Because at least, Kobe do have the rings to back it up. When you lose 3-1, you got to have the other.
But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you, brother, Omari. Now we can say, like I said, you can argue that there was periods where T-Mac was better than Kobe, but Kobe was better defensively.
Yeah.
Who was best when they came out of high school?
T-Mac.
See, it wasn't
T-Mac wasn't great on that Toronto team.
No, T-Mac was better than Kobe when he came out of high school.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like to judge those things. I don't care about at this beginning point. I only care about what happens at the end.
What I'm trying to show you is that playing with Shaq, being coached by Phil Jackson, it matters. It's like Tom Brady don't get coached by Bill Belichick. You think he got the IQ that he got right now?
Can I respond to that, or is that rhetorical?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say you're right on that. No, but again, I hate about going to do this retroactively thing because now we can say that about X, Y, and Z player too. If they didn't have this and they didn't, we only work with what they had and what they did with what they had. That's all we can work with. Because you can say you believe T-Mac would have maturated just as much as Kobe under Phil and with Shaq, but we don't know. We don't have the evidence to suggest otherwise. All we know is Kobe did what he did with Shaq and Phil, and we know what T-Mac did with whatever he did it with. Now, there's no disagreement that clearly Kobe was in an incubator with a better environment. But it's a reason why Kobe raised to the top of the mountain as much as T-Mac did. It just simply wasn't just because he had Shaq and he had Field.
No, it was mentality.
It was some of it's mentality, brother Omar. But here's the other side of it, right? And again, this is where I always when you talk about Kobe's career and you talk to people about Kobe, you have to keep in context. And I think is what Bees is alluding to. When he came in the NBA, there was no pressure on him to carry a franchise. He was not coming in to be the face of the Lakers franchise. When he came to that Lakers team, he was probably their 8th or 9th best player because that Lakers team was stacked. People forget. Eventually, he morphed into becoming that guy, but it was also because they basically said, we made the investment in him. We see him starting to grow, and we're going to go ahead and put him out there. But it was probably about 4 or 5 years before he really started to really become that guy they drafted him to be. Which again, it's no, I'm not knocking him. I just think that needs to be put in context.
Kind of like why?
Yeah, I'm sorry, David. I'm gonna come to you. But also, he didn't have to worry. He wasn't Garnett going to Minnesota, where it's like, man, I'm coming to the situation. I got to be the guy from day one. Or LeBron going to Cleveland, where I'm coming to the worst situation in the league. I got to be the guy from day one. He went to the Lakers, who traded to get him from Charlotte in the draft. And again, he went to a really good situation. So all he had to focus on was ball because he wasn't worried about that other stuff that some of these guys coming out of high school had to worry about. So I think that has to be, kind of put in context. Go ahead, J Mac. I'm sorry.
No. I was saying I get both sides of it. There is no real guarantee that they would have won 3, but it's really you can easily say that they could have won 3, and you can even say that with Kobe and Shaq, if they would have got along, they could have ran off 6 to 8 straight. I mean, they just probably could have, especially because of the mentality of Kobe. But again, Shaq, his work ethic wasn't as great, so he may have fell off there in that area. But what Sean is talking about is like Kawhi Leonard. He came in, he got drafted into a great situation, and then he turned into a great player based on the fundamentals he learned with the championship teams he was on, and he was able to blossom because his progression in the game went smooth. He didn't have to come in and be like, well, you're the franchise guy. All the attention is on you. You got to get our record from having 40 wins to 50 wins, or from 35 wins to 57 wins. He didn't have to do that. But I get both sides because, when you go back, there's a lot of players you can plug and play, and then we'll think about what they could have and wouldn't have done. So, you're right. We don't do that too much. But when you had a guy as dominant as Shaq, it's hard to not put a great player, swap them out with Kobe, and say they wouldn't win multiple championships.
Right. I understand that logic. And again, I'm not taking a hard stand one way or another. I'm making my argument based on because I think y'all, to me, I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, it seemed like y'all was absolute in y'all statement saying that it was an absolute fact, and y'all believe that we could just put any player there and it can amount to that type of greatness. But I can't say that because again, like you said, we don't know. I do know. I believe if we're going to sit here right now. I know you said. I think V said Kobe's more talented than Tracy's more talented than Kobe. But would you take T-Mac first, knowing everything you know, over Kobe right now?
Of course not.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me ask you this, and then this is I guess maybe I didn't articulate myself well enough. Kobe, as you know him today, you are looking at Kobe the finished product.
I agree
and
with
you're
you.
retrofitting him back to his Shaq days. That ain't the same player. Right. So if you ask me, Kobe in 2099 to 2004, I say that dude. That, like I said, you could argue T-Mac was better than him. Kobe 2008, 2009, 2010, 11. That Kobe was on a different level.
Yeah.
That was his growth. That was him. That dude T-Mac can't mess with him.
True, but then and this was I guess I don't want to say pushback, but you're right. Kobe was a different animal, but T-Mac hit his ceiling quicker too. He capped off once he got
no.
Once he got to a point, that's where he was at. Kobe still grew. Now we can put that on work effort.
He got injured though. Injuries hindered him.
True, but again, we can only go. I'm saying it. We can only go with the information we have.
Yeah, and so brother Mark, when I put the thing out there, I wasn't talking about the guys in their total career. I was talking about the guys at that particular time in their careers, right? So again, you give me Milwaukee Ray Allen, or you give me, Philly Allen Iverson, or you give me Boston Paul Pierce, and I put them on that team, I still think they win 3 in a row just because of where they were at that point in their career. The gap was not there was no gap between them and Kobe at that point. Because of that, we're talking about where they were from 2000 to 2002, 2003.
Okay, well,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying total career. No, T-Mac, in my opinion, T-Mac underachieved. In my opinion, and T-Mac should not have been a Hall of Famer. In my opinion,
right.
I only thought he had really 6 good years.
Right, and I think that's why I did take a look over.
Yeah. No.
Because
I
think I said this. I think I said this last time the Bees when we was having the Brady conversation. I can't unsee and undo the information I have. So when you say let's just see him in a vacuum, or let's take this myopic view of him, I can't just look at Kobe between this year and that year. All I can look at is the player overall because I can't divorce myself from what I know already. I know I know we say we do, but in my honest opinion, I don't believe we really do. I think
but the separation is okay. So this is what I always ask Kobe fans, right? I always ask if you're a Kobe fan, and it's a lot of them out here. Who is better, number 8 or number 24?
They were different to me. The production, how they got it done, was different.
Right, but I'm just saying, if you just think about just the total talent,
I would say 24.
Yeah, I would say 24 too. Now again, the last couple of years wasn't too great, but at his peak, 24 was better.
Right. Exactly. That's
what he's saying.
Right. That was because it's a cerebral part of the game, not and athleticism or anything like that.
Right, and that's what I was saying.
Yeah. He was better.
Number 8 ain't more talented. You could argue McGrady was better than number 8.
Right.
You can't argue 24.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't even up for debate.
Right.
It's just like as great as LeBron was taking the team to the finals from 2012 on, that ain't the same dude from 07 to 11.
Yeah.
That LeBron can't fuck with 12 to 18 LeBron.
I tell you all the time, number 6 LeBron is better than number 23 LeBron.
Yep. It's not the same dude. So that's why I was saying I was just looking at it in that stage, and I think that's what Sean was saying, the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's why he said though any of those players that were essentially the same player, that's how dominant Shaq was.
Yeah.
The AI thing is interesting, man, because AI had heart, as big as anybody. Plus, he can do it.
Yeah, and you
wasn't seeing a significant drop off year to year with AI.
Right.
He played hard every year as long as he could.
Right.
I mean, Dwayne Wade, guys like that, they hit the ground a lot, but they kept getting back up, and they had the same intensity year after year, and they produced the same way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And you got to also, and it baffles me when LeBron got his genius. Right? I love to find out who that dude's mentor is, because you just don't develop that shit. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
You mean his IQ?
Yeah, it baffles me where, I mean, he had a high IQ coming in, but where did he take it to the next level? Right? I know where Mike got his. I know where Tom Brady got his. I know where Kobe got his. I just can't figure out what the fuck LeBron did.
It was in a lab. It's an underground lab somewhere off. Shit.
I mean, I know he credited his high school coach a lot for teaching him the fundamentals of the game.
That nigga LeBron was built in Wakanda, nigga. That's what it is.
Yeah, man. It's that vibranium.
Built in Wakanda. That's that vibranium. That nigga was built in Wakanda.
I'm telling you, man. It's crazy, man. This dude, to your point, Bees and J Mac and Anti, this dude's memory is photographic. Like he can recall is ridiculous. That's why if you show him,
that's crazy.
Something once, he's got it. Like that's a gift. And there's very few guys I can say in the NBA where you can say in their career, if you show them something once, that's it. I think Matt did that.
I can barely remember people's names sometimes, bro.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah, what's up, Lee?
Hey, Sean, it's funny you said that because DeMar DeRozan, he was on a podcast.
Oh my
God! He was telling him about that play that they supposed to run it the right way.
Yeah. He said that they're supposed to run a play, and one of his teammates asked DeMar a question about what the play is, and LeBron told him what the play is and where he's supposed to be. It's like, bro, that's not normal.
Yeah,
not normal.
I give that credit to LeBron because if you know anything about the brain, we all know it's a muscle. The more you use it in that capacity, the stronger it becomes.
Yeah,
and the more you can remember. Like when I was in early school, middle school, I couldn't retain anything. Like the funny thing about me, I can learn something quick, but because my attention span was so short, I couldn't retain it for long.
Right.
Like, so you can teach me something in the moment, and I said, "Oh, I got it."
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I don't know why my attention span was just so short.
Yeah.
But when I got with my father or whatever, and he gave me basically I just started reading more. Read. The more you read, the more information you can retain. It's just a muscle you got to keep using it. And LeBron, I think, just being a savant of the game and being committed to it and loving it, he did all the other necessary things that most players don't want to do.
Right.
He committed himself.
It wouldn't shock me, Brother Omari, if LeBron was a master chess player. I don't know if any of y'all play chess.
I play chess, yeah.
Yeah, but it wouldn't shock me if he was a master chess player. It would
not. I've gotten better at it, but I haven't played it in a while. But hey, that's not easy to play at all.
He's right, though. Omari's right, man. When you start using that brain, man, the right way and focusing on things, I mean, LeBron is great at it. That's why I like Peyton Manning so much. People think he'd be capping when he sit on that sideline.
That man was an IQ.
Yeah, when he sit on the sideline with that with his little sheets, looking at what happened and this and that, he knows, man. He knows. And you don't just get out of bed and know that shit, man. You have to really focus on it.
I was like, who's spraying that Jerry Curl juice?
Yeah.
That's me.
Hey, J-Mac. Tony Dungy on Shannon Sharp's podcast told a story how every single day Peyton Manning would have anywhere from 65 to 100 new plays implemented. And Tony Dungy would say, Peyton, okay, we may be able to institute or implement 2 plays this week out of your 100 plays. And he said how Peyton used to get so frustrated. And he asked him one day, and Peyton Manning asked Coach Dungy, why do you get so frustrated when people can't implement, well, people can't interpret or study these new 100 plays that you've implemented? Because nobody has the brain that you have. And on top of that, you have photographic memory. It's like Peyton Manning. I used to think Peyton Manning when I was in middle school, I used to think he was too smart for his own good. He would have like the right play and then just change it for some weird reason. And
he would have the counter. He would have a counter for everything that he
have a counter for everything. Even if it's
I remember
pure touchdown, he would change that touchdown to an interception at times. You're just like, dude, you're too smart.
Yeah. I remember they were telling the story about how Peyton Manning, he read the defense and they was coming off of a right side. Everybody blitzed off the right side. So what he did, he audible down to a wide receiver screen that the side that they was blitzing on.
Yeah.
And it went for a touchdown. I'm like, dude, how do you even know? That's some crazy shit, bro. Like,
and personally, that's why, and not to get on Tom Brady, But that's why I can't say he better than Peyton.
Yeah.
Because individually, Peyton just brought way more to the game.
Yeah. And it's crazy, bees. I don't know if y'all listen to Reggie Wayne. I don't know if he's on NFL Network anymore. But listen to Reggie Wayne, how he breaks down plays. He learned to operate with a similar brain to Peyton Manning. That's why they had so much success together.
Yeah.
They were seeing and viewing and reading stuff the exact same way every single time, and no one can stop him.
Hey,
And when he breaks down plays, he breaks it down the same way Peyton does.
Speaking of breaking down, plays and just your IQ. Hey, bees. I know you talked about KD earlier. What if for that Warriors run, you flip KD and LeBron?
It wouldn't have worked. I mean, I don't think it would have worked. I think LeBron on the team. They would have to have a big, but see, to me, KD was a plug-in on that team. He fit their offense perfectly. I think LeBron playing with Steph is deadly, but only if LeBron is the controller of the ball.
Right.
I don't think it could be a free flowing offense, and that would come out very good for LeBron.
What team doing those years would have beat?
What do you mean? No, I'm saying if you just replace KD with LeBron, the Warriors got to change something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
LeBron don't play better off ball than KD do.
I think. Go ahead, brother Mark.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No.
See, I don't believe it. I think that's cap.
No, I think the only thing I think they changed is they changed Draymond because LeBron really can do everything Draymond.
What Draymond exactly?
Yeah, Draymond can. LeBron a better playmaker.
So they move Draymond.
Yeah, they don't have the same spacing.
Yeah.
And
that's what I said. They'd have to get a big or something, right?
Yeah,
they'd have to change.
It would have to be a slight change, but also in that same vein, because of Steph, Steph is so. I think what makes Steph so unique is as good as he is on the ball, he's as deadly off the ball.
That's when he had his deadly.
So LeBron with Steph, and again, because they would figure it out from an IQ standpoint,
they would have to do something.
They would just. I'm gonna tell you this, right, and I'm gonna pick on them for a minute, right. Me and J-Mac have played a lot of ball together. I played with this dude so much, I can look at him and I can tell you, I know exactly what he's getting ready to do. So every time I play with him, that's how much I play with him. It's not even, we don't have to talk about it. I just know exactly what he's going to do. Steph and LeBron, they would be so deadly together. I don't think it'd even be fair.
Yeah,
it's not.
I agree with that. I was just in referencing if you just switched them on that team.
Yeah,
I just thought KD fit that team because KD can catch and shoot. KD can do. They could maintain their offensive flow without much change.
Yeah.
But LeBron needs time on the shot clock to see what's going on. He needs the ball at the top to dissect the defense.
Right.
That's why
Steve Kerr would have to really change.
So deadly.
Yeah.
Outside of Magic Johnson, is there a better passer of the basketball than LeBron? I mean, maybe Jason Kidd.
No, there's some good ones out there.
There's some good ones out there. I mean, Larry Bird.
I really think if LeBron wanted to, he could have played point guard his whole career.
I mean, Chris Paul is probably a better passer than LeBron.
Well, okay, Chris Paul.
Yeah, I'd say CP3 would definitely be in there.
I really think if LeBron wanted to, he could have.
We're talking about strictly passing.
Hold on. You talking about strictly passing? I don't get it.
I meant maybe. Well, okay, yeah, that.
What?
I really think if LeBron
like strictly,
I never seen Chris Paul bounce a ball from one side of the damn court to the other side with a no look pass. Like Chris Paul can't make them damn throws, man.
What?
He can't make them pass. He can't.
No. It's a different animal, right? Because again, if you're Chris Paul is best when he's probing, right? Chris Paul stationary as a passer is not the same passer than Chris Paul when he's probing.
Right. Because LeBron be making dangerous
Because his height statue.
Sean, I really believe.
Go back to the Chris Paul Clippers passing highlights.
I really
look up. Yeah, you look up Chris Paul passing highlights. You look up LeBron passing highlights.
Hey, Sean, I really believe LeBron could have played. LeBron could have been a true point guard from day one. I truly believe
he is. What makes LeBron special when it comes to seeing the court is that he is right there with the guys. What are the all-time great passers? He's not the all-time great passer.
Right.
But unlike them, LeBron can still get 27.
Right.
Yeah. And that just makes him totally different.
Right. I mean, he's going to be the only guy in NBA history to go down with 35,000 plus career points, maybe 40,000, and over 10,000 career assists. We've never seen that.
I think we'll never see that again.
That's unheard of. Chris Paul a bounce pass, no look down.
Yeah,
that's really
but again, if you ask me about, but if you ask me again about LeBron, and again, I don't think LeBron's the greatest passer ever. I think Magic is.
I agree with that.
I think Magic is.
I say he's better than Chris Paul.
No,
again, I wouldn't say better. Again, I think it's different because again, for me, when I watch LeBron's passes are usually
dangerous.
As I just see Chris Paul throw a half court alley oop out of a double team.
Yeah,
stop the cap.
Yeah, no, I mean, LeBron to me, this is just me. I think I've always thought LeBron was a better passer when he's stationary. He can pass on the move, but that's not necessarily
dangerous passes.
Yeah, when he's stationary and he's reading the situation and he's again playing chess when everybody's playing checkers, that's when LeBron's at the best.
LeBron outside of Magic Johnson, LeBron's the only player I saw him do this against the Raptors. Like his first stint, where he was in a high pinch post and he did a behind the back pass while he was posting up.
Right.
Gauskas and he dunked it. Other than Magic,
I remember that game.
Do that to this
Went that
day.
against the Celtics.
Yeah, and I can tell y'all
Magic Johnson, I've yet to see a player do that.
And I'm gonna tell you that he better pass it. Big O got him too.
I agree with that.
I could argue that. And again, I think Jason Kidd probably has them too. I think the difference in what Bees was talking about, and I'm gonna speak to it, and Bees and J Mac I know can definitely speak to this. When Magic started scoring more, and started 86, 87, when he started taking on more of the scoring load for the Lakers, his passing became even more deadly because you just didn't know what he was gonna do. He basically became unguardable.
I tell you somebody else who could pass. He don't get credit for it, but Larry Bird could pass too.
Yeah.
Hey, Penny was a great passer too.
Yeah.
So we gonna get Rondo no love when it comes to passing. Rondo hit.
No, Rondo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
It just still breaks my heart the way Penny's career just deteriorated from knee injuries. It still hurts.
I tell you, to me, it's Brandon Roy.
Yeah, Brandon Roy.
That really broke my heart because he was, Brandon Roy.
That boy was bad. That was a bad boy.
Brandon Roy was a bad boy, but I'm gonna say this about Penny Hardaway. Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill were on their way to being the faces of the league.
Yeah.
Good as Brandon Roy was, he was never going to be the face of the NBA.
Yeah, you're right.
Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill were to be the faces of the NBA. They were going to be the post-Jordan NBA.
Yep.
Especially Penny was just so darn good.
I mean, he had no weaknesses.
I saw him the first year without Shaq. He nearly beat the Miami Heat by himself.
Yeah.
He was that good and that skilled.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah. What's up, Bees?
What was the main reason Shaq left Orlando?
So it was a couple things. So after the season, the Orlando Sentinel, also known as the Orlando Slantinel, ran a poll in the paper asking if Shaq was worth $100 million, and 85% of people responded said no.
Oh my God!
So that was the first thing. Then the second thing was Rich DeVos, the owner of the Magic, basically offered Shaq a 4-year, $80 million deal, and they were going to take it. And he was thinking, oh, he's loyal to the franchise. He's not leaving this, blah, blah, blah. And then Alonzo Mourning, who got traded to the Heat, got a $100 million deal. So Shaq and them came back and said, we want 150. 150, they asked for 115. The Magic were like, we can't do that because we got to pay Penny Hardaway. So then Leonard Armato, and again, Leonard Armato lived in LA. He was cool with Jerry West. He was friends with a lot of the Lakers organization. Jerry West basically was like, yeah, we can get Shaq, and I'm going to tell you what we can do. So they start moving players, dumping salary, giving away picks to dump salary, and was able to get Shaq. So that's basically why he left. But the Magic organization just didn't know how to handle having a 20-year-old monster like that.
And it ain't really been good since then.
It's literally been down. It's been downhill since.
They had them the white years though.
No, it's been downhill since.
Oh, come on. He took it to a finals, man. Come on, man.
No. It's been down. Listen. So again, let's put some context around that. They don't go to the finals if Kevin Garnett's not hurt. That Boston team was better coming back off that 08 championship. They were better in 09. And then Kevin Garnett gets hurt, and then that's the end of it.
And then you can't never deny the fact that you really have two legit all-star pieces where you can win a championship with those two players. You have Shaq and Penny.
But I'm saying y'all was in position to take advantage of that, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Y'all were a good enough team to take advantage of that injury. And that's what I'm saying. You had a few years of the white. I'm not saying it was Shaq and Penny years.
Nah, but he was nice. Still Hall of Fame.
But you had an optimism about your franchise at some point. Until the White
was putting up 30 and 20 with the Magic, bro.
Well, and I can tell you this, right? The biggest problem the Magic had was they decided to hire a hockey GM to be their GM, and his guy trades Tracy McGrady for Steve Francis, Cuttino Mobley, and
Oh my God!
I hated that move. I mean, I wanted Tracy McGrady, but I was a Steve Francis fan, and if you watch Steve, I'm from Houston, and I watched him in the club deteriorating. I mean, this man, the night style just it took a hold of him.
Yeah.
He's healthier now, better now, but that man, he was unrecognizable for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, all right, salute, fellas. I'll let you.
Hey,
take your old ass to sleep.
Damn, nigga, I ain't getting no sleep last night.
Me either.
Hey,
I had to work 13 hours a day, nigga. I gotta go to bed.
Hey, man, go to bed, man. Hey, it was something I wanted to just bring up with y'all, man. Y'all, I don't know if y'all know, today is the 50th anniversary of the first Ali Frazier fight.
Hey, Sean, it wasn't better than Mayweather Pacquiao.
No.
I'm just kidding.
First Mayweather Pacquiao.
The very first one. Yeah, the one in American Gangster with Frank Lucas. That fight.
Yeah, that was a great
Ali
fight.
lost the first one, right?
Yeah. That was a great fight for Frazier and Ali.
Yeah.
Frazier.
I seen the third one, bro, on YouTube. Boy, them niggas couldn't even see.
You should see
they couldn't even see.
And
Ali was happy that Joe Frazier didn't come out of the corner, boy.
Yeah, no,
he couldn't even feel his hands no more. I said, shit.
They both should have retired after that fight, that third fight.
Yeah.
Before that fight, actually.
How old were they then?
So when that 30s,
they was in their 30s.
They was in their 30s. So I think Ali was 34, 35. And I think Frazier was around the same age when they had that third fight, the Thriller in Manila.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, plus, there's a lot of animosity between those two, especially after the early years. Frazier considered Ali a friend.
Yeah.
And then he sell out. So when they got in the ring, of course it was gonna be, because back then that was some real boxing. They was coming for each other's throats.
Yeah.
And all the greats fought each other. So
I'll let them put that out.
Yeah, man.
Ali had, in the Ali movie, Joe Frazier would told him, like, if I get you in that ring, I'm coming for you. Nigga told him everything I got in life with these, nigga.
I got a question.
What's up, bro?
What do y'all think about that? What's his name? Golly, what's his name right now? Roy Jones.
Oh, Roy Jones.
Roy Jones and Tarver.
Antonio
Tarver.
Yeah.
I just watched that fight last night, bro.
Man, I you know what? I didn't even remember all that.
They fought what 3 times?
3. Hey,
I watched 2 of them last night.
I believe Roy Jones lost all 3 of them fights.
Nah, he won the first one, but he lost.
He won the first one.
No, what I'm saying he won, but I'm saying he really lost.
They fucked Tarver that first one. Yeah, he lost that shit, boy.
J-Mac gonna have a different opinion on that one because J-Mac, is
J-Mac, you cannot tell me Roy Jones didn't win it. I mean, Roy Jones didn't lose that first fight, man.
Hey, man.
I watched it last night. He lost, bro.
That's hometown for me, bro. I grew up with
the understand, but that nigga lost that first fight, bro. They fucked Tarver that first fight.
And you know it's crazy because I was in Virginia when the first fight. I was in the military, and I was talking. I was the only one because cash money shit. But I was quiet after that first fight, Anti. So
I know you were.
Hey, we were together, right? We were together. We were together watching the fight, and I gotta tell you, my rule with boxing is to beat the champ, you gotta knock him out. Mm-hmm. I thought Tarver outboxed him, but I didn't think Tarver closed him. And because Roy was the champ, that's why Tarver didn't win the fight.
That nigga closed that nigga the second one. That nigga put that nigga under that rope. He put that nigga under the rope.
Yeah, it's a different fight. But I also say too, and I always say this about fighters. Once fighters start doing movies, that's the end of their boxing career. So Roy was in the second Matrix movie, and I was like, oh yeah, he's done.
Man, Roy was in there for like 5 seconds.
No matter.
Like 5 minutes. Yeah, like 5 minutes.
If you ain't training, you ain't doing it right. You ain't doing movies.
Hey, how do you guys feel about Sugar Ray Leonard?
I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. Before y'all say anything, I ain't gonna lie though. Bro, I remember a prime Ray, boy. I mean Roy Jones. Boy, that boy wasn't nothing to play with. Yeah, that nigga had them hoes.
He was a monster.
That nigga had them hoes, boy. And talking about combination punches.
Yeah.
And actually landed on motherfuckers. Hey, Roy was a motherfucker, boy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Roy had them hoes, boy.
How do y'all feel about Sugar Ray Leonard?
I think he's all time great. I mean,
he fought too long.
I never seen him fight.
He fought too long.
The only
fight
for me that I felt Sugar Ray Leonard fought that he didn't win. I didn't think he won that one to have I thought Hagler won that fight. But I mean, but also one thing I always appreciate about Sugar Ray, he didn't duck and dodge nobody.
No, he didn't.
He fought everybody.
He was sweet too, though, man.
He was sweet to watch, though.
Real smooth style.
Yeah,
that's why they call him Sugar.
Yeah, especially that No Mas incident with Durant.
Oh, he made that nigga say, "I quit." How you do that, dog? Like
he was
you beat a man until he said, "I quit."
Hey, he was toying with him that whole fight.
Yeah,
you know, in the documentary, he said there was a miscommunication on that though. He wasn't saying he was.
Nah, I wasn't no damn miscommunication.
That
wasn't no damn miscommunication, nigga.
Yeah, hey, I'm just telling you what the man said.
The referee even asked him, "Are you sure?" He was like, "Nah, I'm done."
Yeah,
nigga.
I'm telling you, one word could change a thing. Because, like I told this girl one time, I want to break up. But what I meant to say is, I want to break up tonight. So one word could change a thing.
Hold on. Hey, what happened after you told him you wanted to break up?
I meant to say tonight. I was trying to go out. And tomorrow I was gonna come back and we could work things out, but I wanted to go out.
Hey,
he told you don't bring your behind no more.
Hey, Sean,
yeah.
Do you know where you were at when Mike Tyson got knocked out by Buster Douglas?
Yes.
Where were you at?
I was watching.
I was at home watching the slam dunk contest.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! This was during All-Star Weekend.
It was during All-Star Weekend.
Was it?
Oh shit!
1990. Yeah, All-Star Weekend.
Oh,
Didn't you say not a lot of people watched it because everyone just assumed he was gonna knock Buster Douglas out?
I mean, people watched it because it was Tyson.
I wouldn't have watched it neither, nigga.
But it was like everybody just assumed it was going to be a dominant. It was a dominant.
Pay-per-views back then was like what, $80 to watch that shit?
Yeah, that was kind of like the start of people.
It was like $50.
Well, why would I pay this money? Because it's only gonna last.
They said Tyson used to get niggas out of there like start the first round, 10 seconds. I'm good.
Yeah, it'd be like 90 seconds, and it'd be like,
I'm like, what the fuck? I look like spending that much money on a 9-second fight? Hell no.
If you go to a Tyson fight party and you was late, you missed the fight.
And the crazy thing is, Lee, that like Leon Spinks, right? Leon Spinks could have got up. He chose not to get back up.
Oh wow!
He chose not to get back up. First round, Leon Spinks wasn't hurt that bad.
Yeah.
His feelings was hurt that bad.
Yeah.
Let's say his feelings was hurt.
I'll tell you another fight, Lee. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'll tell you another fight. When Tyson fought Bruce Seldon, right? Seldon was a big dude. Seldon like he was ready. He got in that ring and got hit once. And you could tell in his eye he don't want to fight no more. It was over. He didn't want to fight no more. Mike didn't even break a sweat.
Man, I'm telling you, during that Tyson Buster Douglas fight, I know the people who betted on Mike Tyson so hurt that night from losing all that money, especially in Vegas. I know people in Vegas were hurt.
Man, Tyson, if people knew anything after Custom Auto died, Tyson wasn't the same, bro.
I know.
He ain't had no type of structure in his life. It was just open, bro.
You're right, but at the time, this was still Mike Tyson who was undefeated.
But Mike Tyson was Mike Tyson. He was a controlled Mike Tyson under Custom Auto.
That's true, but people
he wasn't a control no more, dog. Niggas wasn't doing no training.
Hey, I agree with you, but I'm saying people were still hurt that they lost money that night.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be hurt because you lost money.
Yeah.
But you heard what Bobby Brown said about that night?
There's the thing. They didn't think it was going to be the Buster Douglas. They thought, okay, if he's going to lose his first fight, he's going to lose later on in the year, or the next year, 1991, to Evander Holyfield. No one thought it was going to be Buster Douglas.
Yeah.
Hey, son, did you hear what Bobby Brown had said about that fight with what you call it when Mike lost that night?
No,
Oh yeah, he was talking about. I forgot who he was talking to about, but from the looks of things, Mike and Bobby was hanging out that whole night, doing Mike and Bobby stuff.
Yeah,
Who? Bobby Brown?
Bobby Brown, and Bobby kept telling Mike to go to sleep, but Mike was so lit he wanted to stay out all night and do whatever they was doing.
Yeah,
and so
anti you say that, but Bobby Brown back then was a different animal.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I done heard about Bobby Brown, bro.
He was mad.
Right, and he said Mike kept telling him
he used to buy people cars and use them to go out, and then he'll just leave them stranded.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think Bobby said they did that that night. He said
I done heard all about Bobby, dog. That nigga was a mess, dog.
Hey, listen. Hey, when the Bobby Brown movie came out, a lot of people didn't know Bobby Brown was dealing with Janet Jackson, right? And everybody was like, well, why Janet didn't say nothing? Why Janet didn't sue if it wasn't true? Because it was true.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was true. Yeah, it was rumors back in the day.
Married at the time, though, right?
Who, Janet?
Yeah,
she was
married, but it had been annulled. She had married old boyfriend DeBarge, but it got annulled.
Man, she got a weird dating life. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but hey, a lot of dudes they would be like, hey, if Janet wanted to tighten me up, I wouldn't.
No, I'm just saying. I was just saying you would think she would have chose some different guys. She didn't date.
Sean, you have standards. You would have said, "Nah, I'm good."
No. Janet Jackson was my first crush.
Yeah, I love Penny.
Yeah, she might. It wasn't even Penny. It wasn't even Penny. It was the Pleasure Principle video. I was a kid. I was like, oh snap! I like Janet. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
Hey, man, real quick, I know we're probably gonna really touch on it on Wednesday because the season's starting back. But is it me or is it just like a 3 or 4 team race for the NBA Finals this year.
Yeah, 3 or 4
teams. 3 or 4. To be honest, it's always 3 or 4 teams in my opinion. It's not really much more than 3 or 4 teams.
I'd say 5.
Lakers, Jazz, Bucks, Sixers, Nets. That's pretty much.
I'm not putting Jazz in there really. But.
No, listen, bro, Amari.
I'm with you.
I keep telling people.
I tell Sean this for a long time, and he just won't listen.
I keep telling people, what's the difference between them and the 2014 Spurs?
The 14 Spurs were just more talented.
No, I wouldn't even say that. It's the way they play together. And the big difference is that team, this Jazz team got a closer. That Spurs team didn't have a closer like that.
Who's the closer?
Huh?
Yeah. Who's the closer?
On the Jazz team?
Yeah. Donovan. He's gonna say Donovan.
No, he's not.
Come on, man. You're not gonna do that to him.
Man, he closed 3 games in the playoffs last
year. Yeah, with no help.
He was great. I ain't even taking that away from him, but come on, man.
He did lose a 3-1 lead.
Too many turnovers in the fourth quarter for
with no help. They had no help. They was missing.
But he played the same way.
Huh?
He played the same way though.
Not this year though. That's what I'm saying. Well, now
he's looking like he's falling in love with a 3-pointer.
Remember the bubble. He was carrying the load. Like they did not have a second score. They get Bogdanovich back. That's 20 points that Donovan ain't got to worry about. And look at the way they move the ball.
Already.
Look at the way they move the ball. It's like the 2014 Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
That Spurs team that ran through Miami, it's like that Spurs team.
Look, they're a great regular season team. I get it. But playoffs, I don't see it.
I'm like you, son. In any given series, do they have the 2 best players on the floor?
I don't think they need them. Is the point?
Why would you say that? I mean, history suggests you do need that. Now I know you got outliers, but
that's what I'm saying. Think about it, right? Just to go back to 2004 with the Lakers. The Lakers had the 2 best players on the floor, and the Pistons ran through them like hot Indian food.
But put that in context, though.
The Lakers had the 2 best players on the floor. Are we not?
Are we clicking though?
Those 2 best players. Yeah, they wasn't seeing they wasn't agreeing with each other. And the Lakers lost Karl Malone in that series too.
They lost Karl Malone, but think about it. Even without Karl Malone, they still had the 2 best players on the floor.
But they weren't.
Had 2. I guess what I'm saying is again, you run up against the right team that's clicking, and what do you take away from the Jazz? Because that's what I've been asking people all year. Like, what do you take away from them?
They gonna shoot themselves out the hole.
And again,
I just don't believe they got enough.
Defensively, they're still really good.
I don't believe they just have enough shot creators.
If they have one weakness, brother Omari, they don't have a lot of shot creators. But they got 2 guys, maybe 3, who can get their own shot.
We're gonna have to find out. We're gonna see, because I believe in the playoff. Once you neutralize Donovan Mitchell, which isn't a hard thing to do, I just don't see nobody else that can get you across the finish line.
And I'm telling you, if you watch them when they play, the way they and it's not even just. I'm not talking about their individual players. I'm just talking about how they are clicking on offense.
Yeah.
The way they swing the ball, they make the extra pass. They turn down good shots for great shots. They turn down best shots for better shots. Like, you have teams scrambling in the playoffs.
But when teams usually do that, why do they do that? Why do they play that way?
Well, it's because, again, if you can wear a team out defensively, what does that do to them offensively?
Nah, they ain't got the talent.
Exactly.
It's not even that. Because, again, I go back to the 2004 Pistons and I go back to the 2014 Spurs. Those teams were talented. They didn't have top-level talent. But they had talent. But
you're going back to it. You're going back to an era that's not today. Today,
okay, so even the 14 Spurs
power today.
The 14 Spurs. My bad. Go ahead, son.
No, I was saying the 14 Spurs. Tim Duncan was on his last legs. Let's be honest.
Yeah, right? But they at least had went through the battle and the fight before. Ain't nobody on this Utah team been through no real serious fight in the playoffs.
And so that's going to be the key. But again, outside of the Lakers, what team in the West has been through the battles in the finals like that. And the same thing, even in the East. What team in the East has been through it like that?
I give you that part for it. There seemed to be a little bit more parity this year as far as that. But that's why I believe if AD healthy, the Lakers are gonna just run right through there.
And for me, and that's why I don't think AD is going to be healthy. That injury is so similar to what Kevin Durant had. I don't think he's going to be healthy. I think when he comes back, he'll be okay, but I don't think he's going to be a guy who can do it like that because that injury is real.
Well, look,
Sean, I'm gonna go
if
off
he's
what
not
they
right,
saying. They said it's a calf injury, bro.
Yeah, but remember they said the same thing about Kevin Durant.
We knew they was lying about that though.
Yeah,
We knew that.
but even then, and this what and Lee can speak to this, right? And because Lee has been through the Achilles thing, when your calf is compromised, what happens to the muscles around the calf? They end up overcompensating. So, and that's why I'm concerned. And when AD went down, he didn't grab his calf, he grabbed his Achilles because I think that Achilles was overcompensating for a lower leg injury.
Yeah. So what happened with KD initially? If you go back and watch the footage when the injury first happened against the Rockets, he was grabbing his calf. So at least he could still walk and run. He just had to sit out for a couple of weeks. With AD, he grabbed his Achilles immediately. That's the difference. Because KD, he had a slight tear on his Achilles, but he could still plant a little bit. He had to plant a little differently. He could still run, he could still jump. If you look at the game he came back against Toronto, when he first dunked, he had to land differently.
Right.
With AD, he grabbed his Achilles immediately. And if he would have continued to play on it the way he grabbed it, it would have been it would have been a rupture. He would have ruptured it within the next 2 to 3 game stops. So that's why he's been out. Achilles injuries are nothing. I tore my Achilles. I'm 100% now. But most people don't come back 100% from Achilles injury, let alone in basketball.
Right.
Yeah,
so
either
what
way,
amount of
though,
time you think he needs to have?
I would say, honestly, since right now, luckily, since he didn't tear it, since he strained it, I would say at least, I know he's been out for a month. I won't be surprised if he's out for another month, to be honest with you. I won't be surprised.
Another month.
I won't be. Anti, the reason why I'm saying
Man, he a big man too, yeah.
that and
So let me ask you this then.
plant, real quick. Hold on, brother Amari, real quick. Anti, if he just plants, better yet, forget planting. If he just elevates his foot the wrong way, that's an Achilles tear. That's why I won't be surprised if he's out for another month. Because Achilles injuries are not. I can see if it's just a strained calf, he would probably be back next month. But I won't be surprised, bro. I won't be surprised.
So Lee and Sean, if let's just say they keep him out another month, do you think that's enough time for them to come back, or no?
I would say.
When do the playoffs start?
You're talking like mid-May, early to mid-May.
I would say.
Ooh, AD got to come back before that so he get his feet up on them, bro.
I would say, at least 20 games.
I would say AD would be 85 to 90%. But if he's ever going to be 100%, he's going to have to change his playing style a little. Maybe not in terms of how he scores, but just the way he plants and the way he elevates his foot. Basically, he's going to have to play cautious the rest of the year if he's going to be 100% next year. That's basically what I'm telling you.
And I don't think they can win if he's playing cautious like that.
Well, even so, back to Utah, I don't think Utah can beat the Clippers in the playoffs. I don't think Utah is gonna. Well, they
might get a Clippers run for their money.
Let me ask you this. What have the Clippers shown you that says that they can beat that Utah team this year?
That's what I'm saying.
The Clippers still feel like they're the same team.
That's what I'm saying. They feel like they're the same team, and they still lack the one thing that the Jazz have, which is a floor general.
Hey, every time I hear the Clippers, I still think of the Nuggets series. That's just not gonna escape my memory.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the Clippers, the only advantages they have are Kawhi Leonard, and I don't know if you consider Paul George an advantage because I don't think Paul George is appreciably better than Donovan Mitchell.
I don't either.
Oh, hold up, now we're not doing that. We're not
Hold
doing
up,
that.
yeah,
No,
we're
no.
not doing that.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I'm not talking about talent. I'm talking about when it counts.
Hey, we
Paul
still
George
not
I've
doing
better.
seen
that.
Donovan Mitchell
We
do it
still
when
not
it
doing that.
counts.
No,
But
you
I
understand
understand what you're
anti,
saying. We're not doing that.
hold on, anti, because I know.
I know you're going to say OKC beat Utah. I mean Utah beat OKC, but Paul George is better than
Paul George was
Donovan
compromised
Mitchell.
when he was in
Yeah,
OKC. Stop it,
no,
bro.
that's what I'm saying. He was an MVP candidate that year.
He messed his
And he had
shoulder up.
two fucked up shoulders when he was playing in the playoffs.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that in his career he does not come through when it counts.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's appreciably better than
Donovan Mitchell
Donovan.
hasn't showed you're that confident in Donovan Mitchell.
It's not about. It's not just about. It's not just about Donovan Mitchell for me, J Mac. It's
But you say
about.
he's a closer.
I'm saying he's the closer because he doesn't have to carry the load the entire game. Now, that's what I'm saying. Like if the game is close in the fourth quarter, you put the ball in his hands. If he's not carrying the whole game, I like his chances better versus him trying to carry the whole game and then trying to close out.
Hey, Sean, what's with the Jazz being so disrespected? I'm not saying that the top of I'm not saying that the creme de la creme or whatnot, but I do like them.
I-T-I,
I like him.
Yeah.
But Lee, here's
Creme de la creme, homie. I lay my beat down.
There's plenty of examples of teams that played and had very good regular seasons, and then they flanked off in the playoffs. Look at the Hawks teams. They were winning 60 games, and they were playing great. Everybody they were number one seed in the East. LeBron is like number 3 or 4 seed, and they beat LeBron almost every game during the regular season. Get in the playoffs, matchups happen, and it's a wrap.
And again, the problem with that Hawks team, J Mac, and again, I ask you, who on that Hawks team was their closer? Who was the guy you say, we're going to put the ball in your hands the last 6 minutes of the game, take us home? They didn't have that guy. The Jazz have that guy.
That guy ain't proven yet.
Yeah, he has proven it.
I'm with you, J Mac. I don't really believe in Donovan Mitchell.
Y'all were taking everything that happened, and y'all taking the bubble, and y'all were saying that's the something. He's shown it in the playoffs in the past. He beat OKC 2 years ago.
But he beat OKC with an injured Paul George.
But that OKC team was better. Anti is what I'm saying. Even with an injured Paul George, they still had Russ. They still
come on, Russ, really?
Come on, they still had Russell Westbrook was the MVP. We're not gonna act like he wasn't the MVP.
I tell you, he would.
He won that year. You're right. He won that year. He wasn't.
He was coming off the MVP season. He was coming off averaging a triple-double.
I know, but still, that's Russ, bro. Like I said, that Paul George was compromised. Who did he lose to in that season?
And Carmelo wasn't the same no more after that either.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Going into that series, everybody had OKC favored.
That's true.
Donovan Mitchell is
for the most part. Yeah, that is true.
I'm with J Mac. I don't believe in that at all like that.
The Jazz were not as good as they are now. Jazz have a better roster now.
No, their roster's good. It's very good.
Yeah, it's very
but again, in the playoffs, when the game slows up, the matchups really make a difference. And Donovan Mitchell has the ball in his hands. You're telling me that you trust this guy to make every play
in the last 6
minutes of the game. He turns the ball over way too much late in the game.
J-Mac, you're talking about his total game. When he's doing this in the total, when he has to carry that team, the total game, his turnovers are going to be higher because he's carrying the whole load, which is what he was trying to do in the bubble.
What you're telling me is his IQ is going to push him to the level where all he has to do is concentrate on the last 6 minutes of the game.
I'm telling you.
And his IQ is good enough to beat a LeBron James team, a Kawhi Leonard team.
I'm telling you.
Bro. You got to show it. I'll eat crow. I give it to you if they do it.
Listen, I'm not saying it's a given. I'm just saying I'm not giving the Lakers the advantage because, again, to me, and again, I've been saying this since the end of last season, for the Lakers to continue to be that team, Anthony Davis got to be their best player. He's not that dude.
Depends. If they get Drummond, they'll be fine.
Yeah, but and again, I don't think they're getting Drummond.
I don't think so. Neither Cleveland ain't gonna send nobody to help LeBron James.
No, they're not doing that.
Well,
And
Cleveland's problem is it's hard to trade him because he makes so much money.
Yeah, but they got nothing. The Lakers have nothing to even give them. J Mac is what I'm saying.
They're gonna buy him out. He's gonna
get. They're not gonna buy. They're not gonna buy him out because, again, Dan Gilbert don't buy players out. He cheap.
Then if that's the case, Brooklyn can't get him. Nobody can get him.
Again, the only way he's getting out of there is if he gets traded.
New York Knicks maybe, but at the same time, he might want to go play for a contender.
And again,
I know for a fact Cleveland ain't gonna do shit to help LeBron James win.
No, they're not gonna buy him out.
Not at all. Hell no.
They're not doing. They're not gonna buy. They're not helping any team unless they get nothing out of that deal.
Even if you do what like Blake Griffin did, give him like 13 to 15 mil.
Exactly. Did they buy him out?
You don't think Dan Gilbert take that?
Brother Meyer, I promise you, if the only reason why they haven't done anything with him on the buyout market because they know teams want to trade for him. He's an asset. They know they can get something for him. It's just what can they get for him, but what they're going to take on to get the asset.
This goes back to that Draymond Green situation, bro. What he said, like, y'all up here doing all this, and yet we supposed to stay professional and in shape, and y'all basically coming. I'm missing games because y'all want to trade me, but ain't nobody even talking but I'm still missing games. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
Yeah, listen, it is part of the nonsense of the business, right? But the flip side of it is, and again, this is where the organization has to protect itself. If the organization is saying, listen, we're not going to play you because we don't want you to risk injury because we're trying to move you, right? If they come to the player and say that, and a lot of them don't do that, that's the bigger problem. They don't do that. That's where Draymond's argument makes a lot of sense. But also what Draymond was talking about was not necessarily the organization. He was talking about the media and how they tend to cover and how they tend to spin the narrative. Because the media will turn around and say, well, so-and-so don't want to be there. He's a problem, and they need to get him out of there. So the Stephen A's and the Skips and them guys of the world can rip a guy apart. But the organization turns around and does the same thing. They don't rip the organization. They just rip.
I tell you who better not get that motherfucker. Brooklyn. I swear to God.
No, they get him. I'm not watching basketball the rest of the season.
I swear to God, I'm not.
Hey, why not, Sean?
No. I don't want to watch a movie when I know how it ends. That's why I don't watch Tyler Perry movies.
That don't make sense.
Oh, God.
I heard that's his preference to go to, too. I don't know how real that is.
He trying to go to Brooklyn?
I heard that would be his preference if he did get bought out.
I swear to God.
If he got bought out, yeah.
If he choose Brooklyn, even if he get brought out and he choose Brooklyn, I'm gonna have a problem, dog. I ain't watching the NBA no more.
No, listen, it's
gonna be.
Do for...
No, go ahead, Sean.
No, wait, brother Mark.
They don't guarantee them they gonna win though.
I was just gonna ask
bullshit.
What does that do for Kevin Durant? I thought he was trying to go there to prove himself to be, top dog. If you was collecting all this,
he ain't gonna tell nobody not to come here. I told you, like I said all the time, he a player, bro. He already playing. Ain't like he begging everybody to come there.
Ty, if Brooklyn,
he has to say so on that though.
Hey, Ty, if Brooklyn gets Andre Drummond, do you think this is worse than when KD went Golden State?
Yes.
I don't know if it's worse, but it still don't look good for him.
It's worse.
Why?
Because the Justice League, man.
Why? Because of
the Justice League.
The Justice League.
I don't say it's as worse because the other team was a proven winning team. This team ain't proved nothing yet. That's the only reason.
God damn, how much talent do you need? God damn. Your starting five gonna be a motherfucking all-star team.
Yeah, that's true. You have DeAndre.
Hell no.
But think about it. Even when the Warriors got Boogie, right, and Boogie was coming off the Achilles, everybody was saying, "Man, it's not even fair."
Right.
I never did say that because I said Boogie wasn't the same. I said Boogie because it wasn't gonna be the same no more.
Yeah, we knew he wasn't the same, but just in terms of
his presence alone, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But hell no, bro. Like that's too many. So you gonna have let's see. You're gonna see it. Listen, you gonna have Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden,
Blake Griffin,
and Drummond. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, it's literally what can you do? And Blake Griffin's not even
Tobias
starting.
Harris and Jeff Green coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
that'll be funny. Well, it wouldn't be funny, but now it'll be unfortunate if Boogie Cousins happens to get bought out and he goes too, just to add insult to injury. I know
If they do, I'm gonna tell you like this: if they do that, LeBron James gonna find it some way so he can get Damian Lillard, bro. Dame gonna be in LA before it's over with.
Yeah, but I think
They
Dame.
gonna find a way.
I don't think Dame wants to leave Portland. Like he's loyal to the soil. Like that's just who he is.
Yeah,
I said we gonna see how long that shit gonna last.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I think he said it, and he kind of alluded to it. Like, listen, I'm not on this join up thing. Everybody win.
Hey, Dang, do you want a ring or what?
I guarantee you.
I would say this though, Sean. After watching that All-Star game, and seeing how much he enjoyed it, he might have a change of heart one day. I don't know.
Damn right.
It seemed like he enjoyed playing with Steph and them last night. He could see the benefits of playing with another great player.
Hey, brother Amari.
I feel like Dame will only do that if they come to Portland. Like I guarantee you, if the stack team come to Portland, he'd be cool with it.
Yeah, he'd be cool with it. Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, I'm not saying this has happened, but man, if Dame and LeBron play together, good Lord.
And
how long you gonna be on? Because I'm about to go.
Yeah, we about to wrap up probably over the next 15-20 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll have that child in later, man.
Hey, appreciate it, brother Mark.
Hey, brother
He
Mark.
calm with the Jerry Grill juice, man. Calm down with the Jerry Grill juice.
Hey, let's say hypothetically, the Lakers win the title, and then Portland decides to break it up, and Dame gets traded to LA, but to the Lakers. Lord help us. Lord help us. They will never lose.
Yeah, and honestly, I think if Dame gets traded, or they will work with him to go where he wants to go, he'll want to go to the Warriors before he goes to the Lakers.
Oh, that would be even worse.
Hey, but all I'm gonna say is let LeBron beat the Lakers. Oh my God, LeBron stands ain't gonna never shut up. He beat Foul Soup. He beat the Justice League.
Hey, Sean.
He really does go.
Dame, Steph,
right now.
Hey, Dame, Steph, and Clay with Draymond and James Wiseman at the same. Lord,
I was just about to say that. You better hope Golden State don't get goddamn Dame.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Hey,
yeah, because he's from Oakland, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Man, try to defend that if you want to. Shit, with Klay Thompson and them niggas coming all off screen. Oh my God.
Hey, Sean, forget 73-9, 77-5.
Yeah. No, they're not losing much.
Damn ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, but no, I don't think he's going nowhere.
No, I'm just saying. I know he's not, but if
CJ may be gone before that happened. Way gone.
Yeah. Hey, I want to wrap up because I know Lamont's coming on in probably like 13 minutes or so I don't want to stay on, too late. But I want to do this top 5 real quick. I got a little different top 5 for y'all. So I don't know if y'all know tomorrow is March 9th, and one of the greatest rappers of all time died on March 9th. So in recognition of that, I want y'all.
Who would that be?
Top 5 Notorious B.I.G. songs.
Oh my God! Hey, bro. Hey, y'all can have this.
Come on, Anti. Come on, man. Don't do that.
Notorious B.I.G. was not no top 5 rapper of all time, bro.
I ain't say he was one of the top 5. I said he was one of the greatest rappers.
I don't think he one of the greatest ever.
Oh Lord.
Why? Because he have a long enough
I'm just saying, how you one of the greatest rappers ever with 2 albums? Like, come on, man.
Is that his fault?
I'm just saying, how?
Is that his fault?
No, it's not, but you only had 2 albums.
But is that his fault?
Well, technically, one.
I can't give it to him, bro. I can't. I'm sorry. I understand the man died, and I think that's just like Kobe, dog. You uplift him because he died.
No. He was that dude before he died.
I understand that, but you ain't got the body of work to say you one of the greatest rappers of all time.
He is.
Right,
cool. Hold on. Let me ask other guys on the panel. Is Notorious B.I.G. one of the greatest rappers of all time?
Yeah, he top 5. He my 5.
I didn't listen to him enough, but I would say so.
How you gonna say you ain't listened to him enough, but you gonna put him in your top 5?
Because of my dad. No, because of not me, but my dad loves.
Nah, I ain't gonna say fuck your dad, but fuck all that. Nah, your top 5. You ain't even listen to him. So how you gonna have him in there?
Yeah.
Because he died, right? Yes.
I never mentioned a word about death.
J-Mac.
Yeah. I gotta give him his respect. I listen to him a lot. But I do see where Anti is coming from.
Yeah, no.
I used to question that too. I used to go back and forth with putting him in my top 5 because number one, I'm a Southern guy. Number two, so I'm a biased. But you know, when I really listened to Biggie, it just was like he's just not one of those rappers that had a lot of it wasn't a lot of fluff in these games. I mean, he brung it on so many songs. I mean, it's not a lot of whack ass Biggie songs. A lot of guys got a lot of albums, but a lot of whack ass songs on a lot of albums.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a guy like Biggie, you know what I'm saying? You know, all of his, for the majority of his songs, you know, they were calculated to be great songs. That's why he made those great albums. Now, moving forward, one of his albums, his next album, could have been trash. Who knows? He didn't get a chance to be trash.
Right.
And then I'm not
like 50. If 50 would have died early, he'd have been a go too.
And then let me keep it 100. He had one of the most sus lyrics I ever heard. I still don't think no female looks so good that I suck on your daddy dick. I don't care how good you look.
Hey,
I don't care how good you look.
The whole thing with it,
you can't explain that.
I'm not trying to explain it. I'm not trying to explain it, but I'm just telling you the bravery it took to do something like that. Right?
I don't give a
the gayness it took to do that.
No, because think about it, right? No, just think about it, right?
That's wild.
I just want you to think about it.
I don't even want to think about it on no level.
No. I'm just saying, think about it.
Hey, SB, you can't. SB, you cannot criticize that verse because your favorite wrestler is Goldust.
My favorite wrestler, I know Goldust. That's your favorite wrestler.
Hey, look, I'm just saying, right? Just think about the homophobia that exists in hip hop and has long existed in hip hop. And he spit that lyric. Huh?
Hey, Sean, Sean, I can't justify that.
No. I'm not saying. Listen, I ain't a fan of the lyric. That ain't even a song I listen to like that. I'm just saying, again, the crazy part of him saying something like that, and nobody ever said, "Hey, is Biggie gay? Biggie down with that?" No, nobody ever said that.
How nobody never questioned that, bro? Because I'm like, when I first heard it,
because
I was like, what?
It's just hyperbole at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's just hyperbole.
That's coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you like this though. I'll go first because I am a Biggie fan. I'm a Biggie fan.
Hold on, Anti. You know, a lot of people got Lil Wayne in they top 5 or top 10, but we saw this nigga kissing another man in the mouth.
Yeah.
First of all, hold up. Kissing a nigga in the mouth and telling you look so good that I want to suck on your daddy dick is two different things, you heard me?
Hey, J-Mac, that was Photoshopped.
No,
it wasn't Photoshop. But hold up.
They thought that was in the mafia.
But hold up, he actually looked at Birdman as his daddy, even though I ain't never been that affected with my daddy. I don't know about y'all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even never kissed my daddy before. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never even kissed my daddy before. I don't think I even got a hug from my damn daddy before, dog. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I go first, like one of my, like Biggie, he's one of the dudes I actually listen to. So like, the 10 Crack Commandments, Juicy, what's the one when that nigga told who was this girl calling me early in the morning, crack of dawn, and like that song right there. He did a song with Jay-Z. I think it was the album after he died. It was called the Biggie Duet. And he remixed the song where he told Jay-Z was on the song, but I forgot how it went. But I know he was talking about the pastor preaching. He was a good man. Played the bad man when the burning was in his head. That nigga, then that and I like that song he did. I know it was a fucking what you call it? I know it was a playback, but Pimp on A-Ball MJG, they got it, the sample from the song, and did a song from it. I forgot what it was. Forgot what the song for, but they sampled from the song.
I got my 5 Biggie songs easy.
Go ahead.
Of course, the 10 Crack Commandments. That's my favorite Biggie song out of all of them. That's my favorite one. So that's one on there. Who Shot You? Warning. Get Money and Did Wrong.
Party and Bullshit was my shit too.
Party and Bullshit. I like that shit too.
Party and Bullshit was my shit too.
But 10 Crack Commandments is my favorite Biggie song. And then I like Get Money and Did Wrong with Eminem. That shit go hard.
Lee, you want to go?
I don't know enough Biggie songs, but I'll just say
trash.
Wait, hold on. I'll just say he wasn't better than Joe
Lee,
Budden.
how old you is?
Wait, did you just say he's better than Joe Budden?
No, I said he wasn't better than Joe Budden or Warren G. So,
oh God.
Yeah. Hey, mute that nigga, dog.
Kick that man off the channel.
But that's his preference, though, dog. I can't really. Like I said, to me, Biggie is a great, but to say he's one of the top 5 rappers of all time, I just think he just don't have a catalog to have that cachet, bro. I'm sorry.
No. It's like well, Anti to disclose my age. I just recently turned 30, but I just didn't listen to a lot of rap when I was a kid. I mean, I know a little bit about it, but
music.
I just not really. But I just don't know enough about. I just don't know enough songs per se.
No, it's all good. That's fine. J Matt, you want to go?
Yeah, I take crack at it, man. I like 10 Crack Commandments. I like What's Beef.
Oh, I forgot about that song.
I like Give Me More Chance. Who Shot You? I remember exactly where I was when I first heard that. I was in North Carolina. It's a bunch of them, man. I guess I can say I got a story to tell.
Hey, Sean, didn't you buy?
Where he talked about, the one where he talked about screwing the girls.
Yeah.
One of the Knicks players.
Yeah. Lee, if you get ready to troll, I'm kicking you out.
No, serious. Well, yeah, I was gonna ask. Yeah, never mind. Because I was gonna ask if you. I was gonna ask if you bought Exhibit's album, but that's another discussion for another day.
I bought one Exhibit album in my life.
Oh my gosh!
I never heard an Exhibit song before, bro.
The fact that you bought an Exhibit album,
yeah, Restless. That's no. But I used to buy everything back then. I used to buy everything.
Really?
Yeah, I had like a serious music collection. Like it was ridiculous.
Don't tell me you bought Lil Zane's album.
No, God, no. I didn't. I tried not to buy trash. But
and I had every No Limit album.
I had every No Limit
album. The Shockers.
I had every No Limit
album. All of them.
Fiend, all that stuff.
The Crackhead Soul. Whole all my CDs. All Eyes on Me, all my Tupac, all my Southern raps, my 8-Ball MJGs, Scarfaces,
J-Mac,
even all of them got stolen.
Even Silk the Shocker.
Yep. I bought every No Limit album. Because it was just you just collected them. You didn't even listen to them, you just collected them. Yeah.
That's when you got
Money, Passport, you name it.
Yeah.
Project Jack, I had all of them.
That's when you guys had CD players.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Hey, I don't know if y'all were paying attention last night, but they played Vice Versa during one of the breaks during the All-Star game that passed to Troy. I don't know if y'all heard that. Y'all was listening that close, but I called it.
Yeah, they were playing. They played Money in the Bank last night. I'm like,
they played all kinds of stuff.
The NBA gets so hip hop all of a sudden, bro.
Yeah, because it was Atlanta. They represented all that Atlanta stuff.
Yeah, they were playing. Yeah, I was like, oh, they was grooving last night.
Yeah. They was
coming out of commercial and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, how long have you lived in Atlanta?
9.5 years.
Okay. I thought you.
Hey, Sean, hold on. Hey, I was on World Story last night, bro.
Oh god.
And I seen it's a new trend in Atlanta, dog. They jacking nigga ribs off they car.
Oh
They
my
leaving them
god.
bitches on blocks.
That's a new old trend.
Yeah,
Hey,
They
Sean,
leaving them bitches on blocks, nigga.
Sean,
Yeah.
I thought you lived in Atlanta in the early 2000s. I was gonna say, I wonder how many arrests Little John caused. Just because of Little
Nah,
John.
I don't think he caused no records. I think he probably made you tear a couple of clubs up, couple of club fights, because it definitely was going on where I was at.
No. I'm talking about arrests. Like
J Mac can probably speak to that better than I can because he was here.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people got arrested.
A lot of niggas just getting knocked out in clubs when Lil Jon was getting the wrong played, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you had Lil Scrappy little group was volatile in them.
No,
but you gotta understand, back then, down in half, they wasn't buying those condos up in Midtown and downtown like they have in the years after that. So everything was still open at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. You could party that long. But when Magic Johnson came down there and bought up some of Midtown, and other guys came in there and started getting that real estate, and they started turning down Midtown into a bunch of high rises and a bunch of condos, expensive condos. The city ordinance it changed. Everything was closed at 2 o'clock in the morning, and if you was caught on the street, your ass was in trouble. So you'd have to go to the outskirts, Decatur, and south of Atlanta to really get your party on.
Oh wow.
Even Buckhead shut down. When I first moved to Buckhead back in the 90s, like from 96, 97, Buckhead was wide open. You can get in any club or bar free of charge in Buckhead, Atlanta. It was over 24/7. The underground, places like that, it's really changed.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, DreamHack, where did you guys live in the 80s, early 90s?
Oh, I live in Pensacola, bro.
Florida, Orlando.
Where'd you say, J-Mac?
I lived in Pensacola. That's where I grew up. That's how I know about players like Emmitt Smith and Roy Jones, Derek Brooks. We went to the same high school.
Yeah, and I grew up in Orlando, so yeah.
I mean, granted, this is probably a dumb question, but when I think of what I'm about to ask, I think of your typical New York and LA, Philly, and maybe Detroit. But were there because not my dad, but I have a few friends that they have family members that were in the drug game back in the day. Was Florida known as a big area when it comes to big dope dealers?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Huge. I'm gonna tell you this, man, and I'm gonna say this, right? If you played Pop Warner football back in the day, it was nothing to see some of your D boys on the sidelines at like Pop Warner games betting $10 and $15 and $20,000 on 5 and 6 year olds.
Wow.
Had too much money.
Yeah. It was nothing to see that. Like it was real. And if you go to South Florida, it's a whole different animal.
Yeah, Pop Warner down there is something serious, bro.
It's real.
Wasn't this when football was pretty much king?
Yeah, I mean, it really always kind of has been in Florida because, we didn't have professional sports for a long time.
Oh, well.
So when it became that, different animal. But yeah, no, it's just a different animal. Like college football and high school football really run Florida, but Pop Warner football is right there with it.
Hey, I remember I was watching that documentary, The U.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the Alabama in the 80s.
Oh, they were. Listen, it was real, but also they sucked in the early 80s, right? And then they get the right coach, and he started recruiting Miami, where all that talent was, and literally you could not. I tell you, back in the day, you could not come in the state of Florida and recruit college football. Miami, Florida, and Florida State had it on lock. You could not come down there and recruit. That's just the way it was. So, yeah.
Look, man, what y'all about to do? Y'all about to jump on
Lamar live?
Yeah, I think he's going live shortly. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. Went over a little over 3 hours.
I'm definitely about to talk about that nigga, man.
Who's
that man in black shit.
Who, Lamont?
Yeah, with that man in black shit. I'm about to be on his ass, nigga.
Yeah, jump on him. I ain't coming on tonight, man. I gotta shut it down, man. But
all right, son.
Yeah, appreciate y'all coming on. Definitely, man. We'll be back on Wednesday night, of course.
I'm gonna be listening.
All right.
Y'all be easy, bro.
Hey,
Y'all be easy.
Yes. SB, you about to do something real quick?
No, I ain't doing nothing. I just put my daughter in the bed. What's up?
Hey, I want to call you when we get off, man. I want to run something by you.
Okay, yeah, bet. Hit the line.
Okay, man. Appreciate it, man. Hey, thank y'all for watching. As always, don't forget to like, click, and subscribe. And U3 Sports Talk, we are out, and we will be back on Wednesday. So we will see you later.